I'm home.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the TGIF podcast. I am your host, Ryan. I am here with two gentlemen, Killer Greg 17.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I like your new Ninja Turtle setup. If you're only on audio, this is fantastic. Hopefully,
this is my work office.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Very nice.
Are those Teenage Mutant Ninja Cavemen back there, or is it turtles? Can't
Sadly,
tell.
no. Oh, shit. I have to mail you guys your Christmas presents.
That's all right.
Oh.
The Christmas present you're giving me
They're
right now.
about to be Valentine's Day presents. They're about to
Perfect.
be belated Valentine's Day presents.
Valentine's Day is over.
Belated, dog.
Happy early Easter.
Happy. Yeah, what's the next thing? St. Patrick's Day.
St.
My
Patrick's
girlfriend's
Day.
also going to get the same belated Valentine's Day.
Oh. No. Also with us is Megastar Mark, the king of all dinosaur fans. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you? I've been looking forward to this one, Ryan. Let me tell you.
This is
Very excited.
This has been a long time coming. You, like in the first episode, you said you couldn't wait for this day, and it's here. It's finally
Actually,
arrived.
if you notice what Greg sent me for Christmas, I have them right here, the dinosaur pop figures. I got Robbie, I got Charlene, and I got Earl. See? They're going to be guiding us through TGIF from here on in. So.
My goodness. I didn't
Merry
even know
Christmas.
they made those for me.
May Earl bless me. Yeah.
We're going to have to get you a present for your background because my background is all Mark gifts.
X-Pac.
X-Pac.
That thing is the first thing I saw. Like my eyes were glued to the X-Pac drawing.
It's terrifying.
Is there a guy who does all those, like crappy drawings? Or are you doing those?
No. So on Etsy, there was a guy. He literally had that was the name of his Etsy store was crappy drawings of wrestlers. That was the whole thing. And he didn't have X-Pac, but at the time, I think we were on a weird X-Pac, kick for the podcast. So I asked him to do that one. He said, "Yeah, no problem, man." And then the other thing that Greg has is that on the screen. My wife drew
Demon King?
Yeah,
But he saw it. I showed him earlier.
Not Demon King. Demon, Kiss Demon.
Just
Yeah.
the demon. Yeah.
Your wife drew that. That's
My wife drew that one.
That's
and she
awesome.
drew it. I was telling him during the podcast, she drew that in like an hour. I'm like, here's what I want. And I want it to say bleh. And she's like, yeah, no problem. You talentless hack. Here you go.
Oh, my God.
Like, it nailed it. It was just perfect. Yeah. Very
Fantastic.
talented. I don't know what she's doing wasting her time with me, but she's very, very talented.
So, yeah, Dinosaurs is your bag, Mark.
It sure is. Sure is. I was excited to have it on Disney Plus.
You already owned it, though, right?
Yeah, I had it on DVD, but they actually put it on in logical order on Disney Plus, where like the season 4, the last episode of the series is the one they intended. That's not how it aired. The horrible one, which we won't get into because we'll do an episode, I'm sure, about finales.
Yeah, down the line we'll get
down
into
the line.
that.
But it's very infamous, the last episode of Dinosaurs, and that on Disney Plus is the last episode. In real world, that aired like episode 3, season 4, and then it just continued afterwards. They aired the rest of them right after it and acted like nothing happened.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
like a
So, like,
dream?
Fox decided like that's too fucked up. We're gonna move that to 3.
Right. And
That
it never had an ending if you watched it chronologically. If you watched it, when it aired, it just ended on some random episode, and then they never brought it back for season 5. But if you watched the way it was intended and the way Henson production intended it to end, it ended interestingly. So,
Yeah, in that crazy ending.
Yep.
So Dinosaurs aired from 91 to 94. The number one question I had about this was why? Why did this happen?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of. I watched these episodes last weekend, and I'm like, why did they do this? Like, what caused this? Like, it's a fine show, but what the hell made them think about this?
It was apparently, and because on the DVD they have a lot of really interesting insight with like the actors who did the voices and the actors who were in the suits, obviously different people, and then they did a whole series of interviews with Henson Production, and Brian Henson, the son of Jim Henson, was the one who spearheaded this and had I guess Jim Henson had this idea in the 80s, and they just couldn't make it work. Like, the money wasn't there, the technology wasn't there, they just couldn't do it. And he kept like badgering until they finally greenlit the show. And a big problem with the show, and we'll talk about it during these episodes, is it was so expensive to make this. I mean, you can see when you're watching this, like the facial animations and the amount of effort and time they put into it, so hard to keep the money going. So the show would have had, I can't even imagine how it would have been profitable. Like, I really can't. So it was designed to be short-lived. Kind of surprised it even made it to 4 seasons, to be honest.
So the New York Times clipping that I found said just this. Exactly what you said. Jim Henson conceived the show in 1988. He wanted a sitcom about a family of dinosaurs, but it really wasn't possible until the success of The Simpsons, according to Alex Rockwell, vice president of Henson Organization. Everyone thought it was a crazy idea. Quote from Alex. Jim Henson died before this happened, right?
Right. It was around the same time, because I think Jim Henson, I think one of the last things he was involved in was like the Muppet Christmas Carol, in terms of like had his hands on it. And that was around this time too, because that whole movie was dedicated to him. So it would have been around the same time.
I'm guessing his son picked up the mantle and was like, we're making it.
Right.
You know, no matter what, we're going to give it a shot. So co-produced, another interesting fact, co-produced by the Henson family and Michael Jacobs.
Yes.
Who is the guy who created Boy Meets World.
Oh, all right.
And you kind of can tell a little bit with the breaking of the fourth wall and some of the pop culture references that happen. Like, he always had pop culture stuff in Boy Meets World, as we've discussed. And they've got a lot of parodies of stuff going on. Ninja Turtles, we've talked about that. MTV being DTV. There's some other ones in there too. There's the Superman stuff, obviously, in one of these episodes.
Mr. Wizard, I always remember that one.
There's even some fun voice actors in there and guest stars, which we'll get into. But Michael Jacobs. I was surprised, but then not surprised when I learned that. Like, oh, of course. Oh, that makes total sense that he would do this.
It is weird though. Like, chronologically, he probably like wrapped up Dinosaurs. Like, all right, what's next?
Kind of, yeah.
Get me a Savage Brother.
I think we need to talk about the Muppets a little bit.
Sure.
Of the Henson stuff. What are your Muppets connections, I guess? What do you think about the Muppets?
One of my weirdest memories growing up was watching the Muppet Babies cartoon show, which did not have to do with, that's a very, it had really nothing to do with the Muppets other than like the same characters, but like, even like, it was all
not
animated.
Even the same, and not even the same voices and stuff.
No. Howie Mandel, I think, was involved because, it was the 80s. And he had to get a paycheck somewhere. But it was too young for like the Muppet Show. It was on. I remember my dad watched it. And I don't think I quite got it until I was older. I didn't quite understand, like, why is Luke Skywalker hanging out with Kermit? Like, I didn't process it at the time. Right. Looking back on it, it is a great, like, snapshot of that era. Like that kind of like early 80s, late 70s look and desire of these, like, a lot of the celebrities on there. It was well done. It was very creative. Yeah. And I kind of touched on it earlier. I love Muppet Christmas Carol. It's one of my favorite Christmas. We talked about Christmas movies in the Christmas episode. That's one that's up there. Love it. Really, really well done. Even like the Muppet movies, like the Muppet, the one where they're in New York City and the Studebaker or whatever, or the Bug or whatever it is. That's funny.
Yeah.
Positive memories. Positive memories.
I honestly don't have much history with them. They've sort of existed in my periphery my entire life. The only like firsthand experience I have are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, which are some of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just love them. And then, I mean, still probably my favorite attraction at Disney is the Muppet Vision 3D.
That is awesome.
I think that's nearly perfect,
Yeah.
honestly. It's like 20 minutes and the whole thing's great, and it's just I love it. But yeah, other than that, like I don't remember ever seeing a Muppet movie when I was a kid. I don't remember the Muppet Show very much. There were a lot of things with Muppets in them, or I don't even know if they were actually Muppets, but they scared the shit out of me. You know, I think about like a Never-Ending Story and Labyrinth and all this shit.
That's the big one.
I do vaguely remember enjoying Fraggle Rock.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
that's Muppets. That's Muppets.
Yeah.
Muppets.
And then I thought the new Muppet movie that Jason Segel wrote was pretty good, and I actually thought the sequel was really good.
Wow,
nobody saw that.
No, I never saw it either. I saw the
yeah. I think it's great. I think it's better than the other new one, but
I like the other new one. I thought that was fine. I mean,
thought it was totally fine.
Yeah, right.
I thought it tried a little hard. It was like, this is something the Muppets would do, but not actually like. It was like a Muppet parody at points.
Yeah.
Rather than a real Muppet movie, and it's hard to distinguish. But
that movie has some awesome songs in it, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Because Flight of the Conchords wrote them, right? Or one of the
Brett McKenzie wrote all the songs, and was it Muppet of a Man?
Yeah, that's a good
song.
one.
That's a great song. I kind of agree. I'm in the middle, I guess. I love the Muppets, but I can't point to a specific thing. Like they were just always around. I'm probably not I probably don't remember. The Muppet Show is coming on Disney Plus in March or something like that. So I'm interested to rewatch it and see did I actually watch this stuff or not? I remember the Christmas Carol. I watch that all the time now too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they kind of disappeared, and that Jason Segel thing is kind of funny because was it Forgetting Sarah Marshall that he did the thing with
he has the vampire
Muppets
musical, right.
And then the Muppet people saw that and they're like, great, right? Bring us back. And he did bring them back. It's kind of crazy that he wrote that and put it all together. But I'm interested to see what I actually remember from the Muppets. But I like Muppet Babies and all that stuff. I remember all that stuff. Going into the dinosaur thing, you talked about how expensive it was, Mark. They also moved time slots a lot, and we've already talked in the past, they moved channels. They moved off TGIF. Was that in season 3?
That was the last season, season 4.
Just the final season.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually it aired on, they did have it for a while. I think the first part actually aired. I can't remember what happened. I think they shared parts of season 4. Okay. So it was weird. It was you're right. It skipped around a lot.
So according to what I saw, it was popular and a hit, but because it kept moving around and because it was so expensive, that doomed it basically to not be around for a long time. But people liked it then, and people fucking love this shit now. So I looked this up. Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, it's at 93. I think it goes by seasons. Certain seasons are in the upper 90s, 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. And one of them, I think, has 100%.
Wow.
Crazy.
It's insane. Wow. Insane. And there was
That's
an article.
Black Panther good.
There you go. There's an article written I want to say this year or last year about dinosaurs and how amazing it is.
Yeah.
Because of the topics that they touch on and how advanced they were. Some of this stuff, which we'll get into some of it. But some of the political topics that they make jokes about are super relevant now.
Absolutely. I was amazed when I rewatched it when I got the DVD set because I hadn't seen it since it aired. So there's probably a 15-year gap in between from when it aired to now. And I remember always bits and pieces and really enjoying it. And how just very progressive it was on almost every aspect of it was very big on the environment, very big on women's rights was a big part of that too.
Corporations,
anti-corporation, bucking tradition. That was a big part of it. And one thing too, and I think I'm just trying to go back to when I was watching it as a kid. You sit down in front of TGIF, right? There's the fucking Full House snooze-a-thon on it right there, and then you have Family Matters. Family Matters is good. We like that. Family Matters is good. And then Dinosaurs, though, and it's so different.
Yeah,
I mean, so different from anything else on TV at the time. You almost had to watch it just because, wow, this is so strange. There's nothing like this ever on TV or before. let me see what it's like. So I think that's why, Ryan, you mentioned like how popular it was at the time. I think it was a lot of it was curiosity. Like, wow, this is different. I've never seen anything like this happen. So
yeah. So let's quickly, before we get into the episodes, talk about our connections. Now, Mark, we'll save you for last because you obviously have the major connection to this. I'll start. I'll go to you, Greg, next. I watched this show. I definitely watched it. I remember nothing about it. Like rewatching it, I obviously nothing. Like there's no connection for it. I remember watching it. I remember the baby. I remember him hitting Earl, and that's about it. So I have almost no connection to it. Like I remember none of the episodes, unlike the other shows at TGIF where I'm like, oh yeah, of course I remember this. And I remember Stephanie driving through the fucking house and this and that, you know, all those stupid things, all those weird knowledge, but I have none of this for Dinosaurs for some reason. And I can't tell why. I'm going to guess it's because some of the adult themes did not connect with me as a kid, that I was missing these jokes that now when I'm watching, I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. That's hilarious. And I totally get it. Like the bra versus tail thing, like the boobs and tail thing would never have gotten that as a kid when this was on. But I remember it. I remember the theme song and then I remember the baby, but that's about it. What about you, Greg? What about your connection?
Yeah. I mean, that's almost verbatim.
Yeah.
I remember the baby. I remember him hitting Earl. I remember the boss, but I don't remember I couldn't tell you. I was even surprised today when I found out what Earl did. Like the second episode, I was like, oh shit, that's what he's doing. For some reason I assumed.
I kind of remember him wearing the hard hat, but I don't remember anything else.
The core of this show is so similar to the Flintstones for me. I assumed he worked at a rock quarry.
Yeah. Right.
But yes, I literally could not tell you a single episode of this, whereas all these other shows resonate with me. I could rattle off a dozen Perfect Strangers, a dozen Boy Meets World, all that stuff. What I suspect is that this was most likely not syndicated.
Right.
Whereas
it's weird because
I definitely know Perfect Strangers was syndicated. I know some Boy Meets World was. I know Full House was. I could catch those shows at other times later on. I don't think this was.
Rewatching them, but according to what I read, this was on Disney Channel back in the 90s. Replayed on Disney. That.
Right.
On Disney Channel, which I don't think I had either.
Me either.
Until cable in this area got it, which was later in I was like 16, I think, or 14 when it came in. When
Disney Channel used to still cost extra. It was similar to HBO.
Right. Then there was definitely a cutoff because that's when like Even Stevens and all that shit showed up, and that's when I remember having it as a kid.
Right,
or a younger person. I don't know, not as a kid. But yeah, apparently it was in syndication for a while, but I don't remember that. Yeah,
but I if it was just on Disney, I didn't get it. So I definitely watched it the first time it was on, and then never again. And I think you are also correct. Like this show, I mean, it's easy as not a parent to say. I don't know how you regulate what media your kids consume or not. You guys have more experience than me. I don't know if I would show this show to a kid.
Yeah.
It's goofy for sure, but either I would venture to say it's relatively inappropriate or not going to resonate with them.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it just didn't the jokes didn't fall when this came out. I was 6.
And on top of that, as we'll get into a little bit,
I'm missing some of these jokes that I should have been catching.
The themes are pretty dark.
Right.
Like the episode where they're watching, the parody of like a boxing fight or something. Like,
the guy dies.
Dinosaur gets his throat ripped out. Like he's concerned that his girlfriend's going to eat him. Those are not kid themes, I don't think.
Right.
But who knows?
Before we get to Mark, I have one other question because I had this. There's definitely this in my world or whatever. There's like a cutoff of like kid, Turtles, Sunshine and Rainbows, farting, G.I. Joes, America's Great. And then like not like, let's go for the most fucked up shit. Like I'm going to go to the video store and try to sneak in some crazy ass shit. But I think this falls in the category of like, I'm a dumb kid who just wants to fuck around. Like I haven't figured out that I can get Mortal Kombat yet or whatever. Like whatever the cutoff was, I think this was before that for me. Like I was just a happy little weird kid who liked watching Optimus Prime, and then eventually, like, if I was a little bit older and I had found this, then I would have found like, ooh, they're talking about this stuff, and I know what this is, and maybe I would have like connected with it more. I don't know if that's wrong or not, though, but.
No, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I am a little bit older, so like I was, and when I look back on it, I always remember like this, The Simpsons, and The Critic. Those were like the three, not two animated and one puppet show that I really liked the most. And they were all kind of had a little bit of an edge to them, all skewed. Like you could watch them at a younger age, but they also had like kind of an adult slant to them as well. And I remember always watching it with my dad. And sometimes I look back on those things, I'm like, did I find them funny or did I just laugh because my dad laughed? And I'm like, okay, that's funny. And then I come back and watch it later. I'm like, oh, now I get it. But, growing up like that, like I think also to talk about this, we mentioned not being, well, it was on syndication, but on Disney, which a lot of us didn't have.
Right.
I think we talked about it too. It was only on for 4 seasons. And, that's kind of a blip when it comes to TV, like memorable TV. You're going to have shows that people like Firefly, people like flock to after only like a couple episodes, but, and revere. But like, I think this is also just, it wasn't there long enough. People were like, hey, you remember when that pink baby hit Earl or hit the other dinosaurs? That was funny. What happened to that show? I don't know. Right. And so like sometimes you have to go back and you have to watch it again. But I think, like I said, I look back on it. I always remember sitting there with my brother, with my dad, watching it, finding it hysterical, and then going right to The Simpsons, going right to The Critic, like I said. And I don't know. It's like a nostalgia thing for me, like I said. So I was very happy to see this back, and I'm happy to talk about it with you guys.
My parents wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons when I was growing up.
I feel like mine didn't either. I've been only after this show. It's funny because I'll be at parties or something, and we have some mutual friends, and they'll say some Simpsons quote jokes. Mike Kelly being one, and he'll drop some Simpsons quote, and I'm just like, sorry, man. I don't remember. I've seen some Simpsons, but so I've begun since I started the show and we started talking about it. I'm like, I'm watching The Simpsons a little bit here and there, and nice. I can see why these two shows fit together so perfectly in that block. Like it's almost like this show should have been on Fox.
Yeah, right.
The whole time.
Yeah, thinking about it now, I feel like if my parents were paying more attention, like they were probably like, TGIF, Balky, he's fine. Like, let's just put him in front of the TV and go. If they were paying a little bit more attention, they might not have let me watch this also.
It's hidden beneath the goofy dinosaur. A lot of this stuff is hidden beneath the goofy dinosaur gimmick.
And the episodes that we watched, those weren't even like the most controversial episodes. There's there's like a 2-part series where they actually go to war. Earl and Robbie get drafted and they go fight another country, and there's like a lot of other like episodes that I could have picked, but I picked these just because, well, we'll get to it, but they're all centric on a character. So,
okay. So let's start with the episodes then. I think we're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Starting with episode about, I guess I'm going to start with Earl. I'm going with the formula that before we go, Mark curated all this. Mark picked these episodes for specific reasons. You can talk about them, but they're for each character. So we're going to start on Earl, the main character, I guess. He's more of a main character than Baby, I think.
He definitely is. He absolutely is the main character.
Season 4, episode 2, Earl, Don't Be a Hero. Earl falls into a toxic waste site and develops superpowers.
Happens.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the theme song. I know we're going to do a show on theme songs, maybe sooner rather than later, but let's briefly talk about how excellent this theme song opens.
Very good.
Yeah.
The scary dinosaur trudging through the forest, and then he opens the door, and it's goofy. The goofy music.
Right.
And the honey on home and all that. Fantastic.
I just love that they pan up and he's just wearing like red flannel. Like that to me, I remember as a kid, that was funny. Just you're like, oh, it's a guy.
It's just a guy.
It's a dude. Hell? Yeah. And he's overweight and it's just like, it's funny. It's just, hits all the sitcom, boxes there.
This theme song has the most Muppet DNA to me.
Oh yeah.
Like this feel, the rest of the show, doesn't really resonate as Muppets, but boy, is this a Muppet ass song.
Yeah. I will hum this song to this day at work. If I'm just doing like mindless work, I'm like,
that's the only way he can type.
Yeah, that's it. I can't do anything else. It has to be a theme song. That's it. Or else I'm not going anywhere.
All right, so this episode starts out with a video of Captain Action Figure, which is funny because this aired in 94. So we've literally just about to end the action figure era of like Ninja Turtles and Transformers and G.I. Joe and all that stuff. Captain Action Figure, a TV show designed to get kids to ask their moms and dads to buy them toys, which is literally the childhood we grew up in.
I'm literally surrounded by these toys. Like that's like a complete in-box metalhead behind me. That's original.
That whole thing is just our whole childhood. Like shows that.
This is my actual lunchbox from when I was in 3rd grade.
Oh, I have it. I have that lunchbox exactly right next to me. Right next to me in a box. I have that still. But yeah, this is our entire childhood. Toys that you get your parents to buy for you. Very funny line. Question your mother's love if she chooses not to buy you one. Earl is now been promoted. In the earlier episodes that we're going to do, we see Earl is a tree pusher. That's his job. But now he has been promoted to toxic waste dump supervisor.
And this pans out when it comes to the finale, right?
Yes, it does.
Him dumping this waste in this episode is what causes global.
One of the many things. In fact, actually, a lot of the stuff that happened even in season 3, season 4, like 2, that We Say So does, comes back in the last episode. They reference all of it.
Okay, that's fun.
He's mad that no one gives a shit because he's been a tree pusher for his entire life, and now he finally got a promotion, and no one in the family cares at all, especially baby.
No.
And so he shuts off the TV in anger to try to explain why it's a big deal that he got a promotion. Nobody cares. So back at work, Earl is at his new job dumping toxic goo into a lake or a reservoir or whatever. And while he's doing this, he's talking about how his kids used to swim there or something like that. Oh, I have nice memories of where my kids used to swim here. Let me dump this goop in there. He's very excited that he has a hat, like a supervisor hat or something. And Roy kind of like poo-poos it or something. I can't remember exactly. So he throws his own hat into the toxic goo lake, and then Roy's like, no, you should probably go get that. So he dives in after it to retrieve this very important helmet, comes out glowing because he jumped into toxic goo, and now he has the ability to fly, which is fantastic. And he has other powers. He has heat vision. And hilariously, he has the ability to guess people's weight, which I thought was very funny. And they use that quite well. They use that show quite well. And Roy is great. Roy's a great character.
Oh, he's really good.
Who is voicing Roy? He's a famous guy, right?
I don't know. I don't remember Roy being the famous, but the actor who does the voice of Roy does he's kind of like Hank Azaria in The Simpsons. Does like everybody.
Sorry. Yeah, he's not. David Greenaway is his name. Yeah. We'll get back to him. So Roy basically convinces him he's a superhero. He needs to fight for good, truth, justice, and the Pangean way. Because they live on Pangea, the one where the continents are all mushed together before they separate. So I can't remember how, maybe you can enlighten me. He comes with the name Captain Impressive as his superhero name, which is funny.
He says he wants to impress his kid.
So that's why.
And Roy says, how about Captain Impressive? Which actually got a good laugh out of me just because how simple it is. Like, that's a very funny joke.
There's a lot of other, like, we've got the stickers for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Cavemen. Like, there's a lot of other Etsy fodder here that has to be,
oh god, yeah,
like, mined, right? Like, there's definitely Super Earl shit that has to exist.
Yeah, I'm amazed. Well, we'll get to it, but they have an action figure later of Earl, and I'm amazed at the quality of that. I'm like, there's no way that couldn't have been mass produced. That's got to be out there somewhere.
We see Captain Impressive stop a bank robbery.
Mm-hmm.
We see him save the Earth from a meteor, which is kind of interesting because you said, season 4, episode 3, the finale happens.
Yep.
So,
Right.
like the next episode.
Well, he deflected the major one, and then another catastrophe happens. But
Right. So he saves the Earth from a meteor, which is kind of crazy considering what happens at the end of this show.
Yeah.
So because of all this, he's always late for dinner, and the family's upset that he's not there. And he can't explain why, because Roy says, like, you can't tell baby to impress him, because eventually it's going to bite you in the ass. When you're a superhero, you can't reveal, like, your family because they're going to be in trouble or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is like a Spider-Man kind of thing. So baby likes Captain Impressive way more than Captain Action Figure now. But Earl is like, he's handcuffed. He can't brag about it. Also, very funny. Roy says, you can never bathe again, because if you bathe, you'll wash off the toxic goo, which gives you the superpower. So you can never bathe again, which Earl's like, okay, good. I'm very excited about it. I never have to bathe again. So all this superhero talk, we try to inject some of our own personalities and what we like and don't like. You have a superhero of choice, or super comics or anything like that? I'm sure you do. You have superheroes you like. This is obviously all based on Superman, which I like the Superman movies as a kid, but I don't care about Superman now anymore. But what do you guys think? Got any super?
I mean, I literally own a comic store.
I know.
So
I know this is like an impossible question, but
Right.
you can give me one or two.
no, it's actually quite easy. I'm a Spider-Man guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I always have been. And then X-Men are second, and then Batman would be third. But yeah, I think Peter Parker is probably the best superhero character. He might not be the best superhero. He's certainly not the most powerful, but they intentionally wrote him as a kid first and a superhero second.
Right.
And I think that's just why that's why he has the most in-depth out of costume character. And I think it's why it resonates with the most people, because I feel like if you polled people, I think most people would say Spider-Man was their favorite.
Yeah, no doubt. And they always say, like, you could make a Peter Parker comic book, and it would be just as fun as like a Spider-Man. Like, he never even puts on the costume, just him going about his life. And I think that's interesting things. So that's he's up there with me. X-Men were my thing. I mean, I love the comic books. I loved the animated show when it was on. I particularly like, and I still do like, the character of Magneto, both as a villain and a hero. I think there's a lot of depth there with his character, which when Claremont got a hold of him in like the 70s and the 80s, he really turned him into like a deep character, not just evil for the sake of evil. I hate that shit. So, yeah.
Let me throw this out there, and you cut this if you have to. If you're not watching WandaVision, you should be.
Oh, it's tremendous. I love it.
It is easily
I
my favorite piece of Marvel media.
So good.
And it's not even close.
Nope.
So I wanted to talk about this, so I think it totally works for this show.
Sure.
And I wanted to talk about it anyway, but it's like
Tune
we're
in for the WandaVision podcast.
I think we're all TV nerds based on the fact that this stuff is happening, and that, like, when they took this swing of like, we're gonna do Dick fucking Van Dyke.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. We're gonna put Marvel jokes in there, but it's Dick Van Dyke show. That's what it is.
Right.
First episode. And it's like, as a TV goof nerd who watches all this crap and likes Dick Van Dyke show and has like a weird thing about that kind of stuff, it's like, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like, I love that they didn't get into the bullshit of like the snap and all this other crap. Like, just have a funny show where Paul Bettany can do weird jokes as Fake Vision, and it's literally looks exactly like Dick Van Dyke show, and it's awesome. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. And I know don't like it because they don't get what's happening and can't sit still.
It's a wild swing.
We've turned people into, like, it is a wild swing. So I get it if you're like, I'm turned off, I don't get it. But it's like, they're taking a chance on something. They're actually doing something like completely unique. Not unique because it's shows we've seen before, but it's like a unique big swing for this kind of environment, and it totally works with what those characters are doing, I just love it all.
And they're such good parodies because they're not.
They're great.
I mean, maybe not even parody is the right word because I think they're too sincere to be a parody.
That's exactly right. Exactly. They're almost like love stories. Oh yeah,
Yes.
to
Love letters
genre.
to those shows.
And it's so well done.
I'm so 1,000% on board with this show.
So that is the only show that my wife and my daughter and me will watch together. That's we all get down with Friday night after I get home from work. We usually do grocery shopping. We'll come back and we'll watch that show all together as a family. And it's funny because my daughter, she's 14. She doesn't know Paul Bettany as anything other than Vision, and so she finds him hysterical. She's like, I can't believe he's that funny. I'm like, to me, like I remember him in Knight's Tale where he was very funny in that, and like a lot of the other like the British comedy stuff that he did. He's so good. So I'm glad he actually is able to kind of get that side of him again for another generation of people who don't know that actor.
And this show totally relates to the TGIF pod because Elizabeth Olsen is the Olsen twins' younger sister.
Full circle.
How great was it on that Growing Pains one, the 80s parody one, where they had the beginning and they had her like chase after him on a blanket and they have a picnic like as
they
a
did
nod
Full House.
The Full House. Yeah,
they did a Full House almost intro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was great.
Very.
I know
very
we make fun of Full House, but like that show literally relates to the show. I think it's great. A lot of people don't love it.
When they showed like the younger pictures of them throughout the age, and it was their actual younger pictures.
Sure.
She looked, I mean, I know it's her actual sisters, but god damn, she looks just like her Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, like just like them. So,
and just, before we move on, I'm so thoroughly impressed by these two Disney Plus shows between The Mandalorian and WandaVision.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them are...
Love both of them.
Are what I've always wanted. I like...
God damn, I love Mandalorian.
So good.
I do too.
Good.
I was real lukewarm on the first season, but the second season I really came around.
Yeah.
Another one where it's like a slow burn, though.
Yeah. I like small bites. This WandaVision feels like a comic arc to me. It feels like a 4-issue arc.
Yeah, right.
And
it is literally a fucking comic book because what is that storyline where what's her face?
House of M.
Yeah, that's it. She wants to kill
probably my favorite.
That's basically what this
of all time.
That's what this is, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. We don't know what the end
to an extent, right? We don't know what's causing it in this.
We might get a spin on the end, but right.
But it's kind of that. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry to pull us off topic.
No, I think it's fine.
Absolutely.
I agree with you. And what was that article everyone was freaking out about the did you see that on Twitter? I get involved in these doom scrolling things. But,
for sure. It's like
there was an article somebody put out about the how bad it was and why is it one episode per week and da 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 da. It's like, wow, we have lost our way.
Yeah,
seriously,
especially with TV. Like we have no idea what it used to be like in TGIF days. You only had one Dinosaurs episode per week, and then you were done.
That ruined me.
What are these people? I mean, everybody went gaga for Game of Thrones. That was a weekly episodic show. The biggest show in television history ended a year ago, and we've already forgotten what it's like to have to wait a week.
Yeah,
apparently. Okay. That was a good tangent. Back to Dinosaurs. Ridgefield, the boss.
My favorite character, by the way.
What is the name of his company again?
We Say So.
We Say So. Okay, so he runs the corporation We Say So. Earl works for them. Ridgefield sees they have a feud, obviously, Earl and Ridgefield. He sees him performing heat vision for Roy's lunch, where he's burning a thing alive, which is another like, okay, this is kind of fucked up. And he's like, oh, perfect. I'm going to call him into the office. And then he does a funny bit where he's like, when you sign a contract to be a tree pusher / toxic waste dumper, that meant that any superpowers you have, we have the rights to as this corporation. Yeah, as we say so.
Written in his contract on page 9. He's like, you told me I didn't have to read that. Very funny.
So he has to give all his superpowers to this corporation. So we see the next scene is him opening a mall, doing a mall grand opening. Which is hilarious. And then he's selling beef sticks in another commercial, and this made me laugh. They're chew-rific. Like the little jingles and stuff for it.
Yeah.
And then Robbie, who's how old do we think Robbie is?
He's like 15, 16.
Okay, so he's like 15, and he says that Captain Impressive is sold out. He's at the beck and call of a corporation now, so he's not cool anymore. Earl meets with Ridgefield. Ridgefield's like, because you're a superhero, we're going to give you a TV show, and we're going to sell these defective toys through the ages of 2 to 11. What does it have, like a sharp knife in the middle of it when it breaks apart?
One of them is an action figure that has literally just a knife sticking out of it when you take the top off. And the other one is like a trachea ring or something?
Okay, that was like, wow. This is hilarious. What a swing. I would never have gotten this as a kid. Trachea plugs. Literally almost spit my beer out when I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious. And then so we get the TV show, which is more of like an infomercial like kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's him, and they're trying to sell these dolls. And this pitch man is pretty funny. The getting on the deal guy.
Yeah, right.
Get in on the deal. He made me laugh. Baby calls the show and says, "Hey, Captain Impressive, can you sign a trachea plug for me?" And Earl's like, "Oh my God, what the hell have I done?" And
what a great sentence you just uttered, Ryan.
He goes like, "Okay, I'm going to quit this now. I can't do this anymore. My kid has totally been corrupted." So he starts cutting what I would call a promo, but like kids don't, like, this is all fake. Don't do this. And they cut him off, and the TV show stops, and then it comes back with the pitch man in Captain Impressive gear being like, "Get in on the deal." And they're going to completely change characters and just keep going with it. Earl comes back home, and he's kind of defeated now that he's not a superhero. So he decides everything's corrupt. I'm going to take that bath. I want to take that bath and wash off this toxic goo. And when he comes out, he goes to test his powers by guessing Fran's weight. And she gets pissed because he gets it very wrong. And she is like, "I'm going to bed." And she just bounces. And then Baby says he doesn't like to play with these toys anymore. But then when Earl leaves the room, he's like, "Oh, it's Captain Daddy." And Earl's very excited. And then he goes into this thing about parents are superheroes because they work mind-numbing jobs to provide for their kids. It was very funny.
Yeah.
So that's episode 1.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
The answer to everything you're going to ask me is I love it. So... But the reason I picked this one, I'll give you the reason I picked this one. There's a lot of Earl episodes, a lot of them. In fact, I would probably say he's probably 70% of these episodes. This one, I like that it was like an Earl and Baby episode, which is not as common. And I like that interaction between him when Baby's not just hitting him with a frying pan as a one-off joke, when there's actually like kind of a, them going over, having some dialogue with each other and exploring that relationship a little bit more, like father-son stuff. So I picked that one because it was focused on another family member as well. I love Mr. Richfield. I think he's so funny. It's done by, voiced by, oh my God.
Ed Asner?
No.
Moving on up. Jefferson. Yeah, that guy.
Mr. Jefferson.
Right. Earl Helmsley.
Sherman Helmsley.
There we go.
Helmsley.
Sure.
Underhurst Helmsley.
Earl, get on in here.
That would have worked. I think that would have worked.
But he is so, like, he got that character, that Richfield character. Great. He gets it from, like, the first time you see him. He got it. And he's so funny. That relationship is also great between Earl and Richfield. Earl's like always, cowering. Anytime Richfield yells at him is very funny to me.
Yeah, he's afraid of him.
Yeah,
Sherman Hemsley.
There we go. Sherman Hemsley.
We got it.
So good. There's actually, we'll talk about other people too. There's some famous people involved in this show.
There are? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Surprising.
Yep.
How big are these dinosaurs supposed to be?
What do you mean? Like, physically?
Yeah,
so they're small for like real dinosaur size.
Yeah. Right, they also are about the same size, and they say they're thousands of pounds. But we see humans at one point, and they're not. Yeah, they're not. They're like equal size.
They're either equal or smaller than real humans.
Right.
Like
you're suspending disbelief.
No, I have to.
They're all supposed to be like 7 feet tall.
They're puppets.
What's the deal with these giant dinosaurs?
What's the deal with these puppets?
I'm sad that they didn't make a Seinfeld Dinosaurs episode like they should have.
We don't know they didn't.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
I think they were When did Seinfeld come on? I think it was later.
93?
In the middle, towards the end of this, so it wasn't popular yet. All right, moving on. Fran episode. Did we cover everything on that? I feel like we did.
I didn't say. I thought this episode was probably the best one we watched.
Wow! Spoilers to the top 5.
Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot we did that.
I mean, sorry, no, it doesn't matter.
No, I like that's one of my favorite things.
If people were sitting around for the top 5, spoiler,
or do I?
If nobody's watching this, if I never edit this, nobody saw the shimmy that you did when you saw it. And that made me so happy. That little shimmy.
Yeah, I think this was probably my favorite episode just because it's such good social commentary. And I think Trachea Ring is hysterical.
Holy shit.
Action figure with a knife in it.
That was
and it's
funny.
also, it's just such a send up on just like corporate bullshit and how little they care about real people, which is something that resonates with me. I wouldn't say this episode had the best jokes, but I would say it's the one that held my interest the best throughout.
So afterwards, I looked on IMDb, and this one actually, out of all the 5 I showed you, this is considered to be like one of the top 10 Dinosaurs episodes, probably top 5. People really enjoy this one, so that's one of I tried to get like ones that were universally liked as well, something that we can enjoy. So
you did a good job. They were very good. All right, moving on. The Fran episode. Fran, the wife of Earl. Season 2, episode 2. Unmarried with Children. Fran and Earl's marriage license, I guess, expires. We begin with the boys hanging out. We're playing with the boys here. They're hanging out in the living room watching, I assume was boxing, but later there's some other language in there that makes me think maybe not, which is dinosaurs fighting. And they talk about the champ and stuff, so that made me think boxing. And then the champ is down, gets his arm bitten off. And Earl has a funny line where he's cheering for the champ, and he's like, here's your other arm. What the hell?
Right.
And then a burping contest breaks out. One of those dinosaurs dies, as you said. The champ dies, I'm pretty sure. A burping contest breaks out between all the boys, and they try to get Baby to burp, and then they have to hit him from behind, and he does a crazy burp, which is funny. And then a Brontosaurus real estate agent pops in. Monica DeVertebrae. Which made me laugh. Yep. Monica DeVertebrae is selling a house in the neighborhood, so she popped in to meet Fran and Earl, I guess, talk about the neighborhood. And Charlene and Fran are making snacks for the boys who are watching the fight. And we find out that Monica DeVertebrae is divorced. And no one understands how this could be.
Yeah.
How would you ever be divorced? And she says, well, I just let my marriage license run out. It's not a big deal. My husband and I didn't get along, so I let my marriage license run out. And everyone's like, what? So the girls are very shocked. Earl comes in and does like the full-on like misogynist asshole guy. I don't understand why women have power thing. He does like a 10-minute diatribe of all the pet peeves of everyone of like, how could you work? Does your husband let you work? Like, are you a real estate agent? You must be a secretary. Like, there's all those jokes are in there, not jokes.
I will say this about Earl. He has a moment where Monica's there and Fran introduces him, and there's a very relatable moment where he's like, oh, hey, what's going on? Like, if you get introduced to like somebody that you kind of are just casually there, and then there's an awkward silence, he's just like, oh God, okay. So what do you do? I've been there. I relate to that very, very.
He just wants to get back to watching the fights,
but he has to. He's still a polite guy, so he's like, "What do you do for a living?"
I have this experience probably 15 times a day.
I'm so bad at
I don't
parties.
know if it was
How are you at parties? I'm terrible at parties. I'm awful.
Oh, I'm miserable.
So bad. Like
Miserable.
Go to a wedding and have to talk to somebody that I barely know. Like, I don't know what to say.
I'll tell you what my underlying issue is. I don't like having inconsequential conversations.
Yeah.
And what I really run into this problem is when I share a similar interest with somebody, but they like either different aspects of it or they just want to talk about the simple existence of it. Like, I love The Wire more than air. I will have an hour-long conversation about any scene in The Wire at any moment. But sometimes people are just like, hey, you ever see The Wire? I'm like, yeah, I really like that show. And then they just want to talk about like how cool Omar is.
Which is like so very small compared. Like, he's great, but it's
exactly. And
tiny
that's like
part of the Wire.
Everything around me. Like I'm surrounded. My entire profession is media, essentially, or at the very least cursory things. I sell games, I sell comics, all this stuff. But if I love this stuff, I have an in-depth knowledge, and I'm more than willing to engage in an in-depth conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody ever wants to do that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see Endgame? Yup. Pretty cool, right? I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, we could have just stood here in silence, and we both would have been equally as edified.
Yeah.
I do this to myself too, which is not good. I need to stop. I need to figure out how to stop. But I'll have these awkward interactions with somebody. I'll go and have an awkward interaction, and then I'll ruin my whole night. I'll be like, God damn. And I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. It's like the whole night long, I'll be like, God damn it, I'm such a fucking asshole.
And they probably forgot it. Yeah, they forgot about
that
it when they
person
stopped talking to you.
doesn't care at all.
Yeah, right.
Like, I feel so bad about what I said. Like, what did I do? I don't know. I'm just an awkward, weird person. Anyway, Fran is very confused about Monica getting a divorce. So when her and Earl are in bed, she like rolls over and is like, what do you think about Monica, Earl? Like, give me your honest opinion. And Earl's like, come on, it's Thursday. Let's do our Thursday dinosaur sex things. It's our day of the week. It's my day of the week to get what I want. Like, oh my God. Which is a joke that you would never get as a kid.
Yeah.
It's very step by step.
That's like
a step-by-step joke.
Sentiment, but also very relatable.
Yeah.
It's so real.
Yep.
So real.
You're like,
It's
I definitely
Thursday.
thought you implied something was going to happen tonight.
Right.
And we're
Come on.
definitely talking about the curtains instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
why-
why both of us are awake right now. So
I'm waiting because it's Thursday.
Right.
God damn it! It's my night of the week. So he has nothing. He has nothing to say about it. He's just like, I don't care about Monica. I want Thursday. They're gonna get Dino busy, but it doesn't work out because Earl is such a asshole again. And Fran is like, nope, rolling over, done.
So I would like to again. I'm going to say that what Earl is doing is, by current standards, is bad.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we have to defend him here a little bit, because quite obviously in this society, the idea of an independent woman just does not exist.
it is the Archie Bunker syndrome, where you forgive what he does because he's an idiot. Like, that's the way he was brought up, and he doesn't know any better, so that's why it's funny. Same with Earl. Like, he just doesn't know any better. He's old-fashioned like that, so you can't blame him. He's not an asshole. He's just dumb. He's just
ignorant.
Uneducated. Yeah, right.
And it kind of pans out that way by the time we get to the end.
Yeah.
Before we move on, while we're on a tangent, I want to talk about Jessica Walter real quick. Because she is the voice
glad you brought her up. Yep.
She's the voice of Fran.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah.
And she is amazing. She is so good. One of my favorite television shows of all time is Arrested Development.
Funny.
The first 3 seasons, not the fourth.
First 2.5 seasons.
Right.
Yeah. She is so goddamn funny on that show. Especially my favorite thing she did on there was my favorite thing on the show was Gene Parmesan. If you know, like me, all of my screen names for a long time were Gene Parmesan.
Yeah.
Because it was my favorite thing that happened. What was he, like a secret agent or whatever? Not a secret agent.
Private detective.
Private detective, right. And it was whoever it was played by, that guy's funny. And
Martin Mull was who
he
played
would
him,
continuously surprise her, and she was going, Gene! And it was one of my favorite things on the show. So I love Jessica Walter. Plus, she's an Archer.
She's Archer's mom. Yeah,
very funny in Archer. And there's plenty of other stuff. She's had quite the career. Amazing stuff.
She's probably the character I quote the most from Arrested Development.
Yeah,
So the other one is Go See a Star Wars. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, right.
Where
How much does it cost? Yeah,
she throws the money to the one brother, and he's like, "Go see a Star Wars or something."
Yeah, right.
I love that. She is so funny on that show. So very good. So I was very surprised because it's the younger voice. It's hard to tell a little bit.
Right. It's amazing that she's been working as steadily as she has for so long. And a lot of it is, she obviously with Arrested Development was live action, but she did Archer, which has gone for 100+ episodes, and she did voices there. She's a great voice actress. Very, very good.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah. So funny. Oh my God. Some of the funniest, when I was thinking about her, some of my favorite things from Arrested Development are all from her. It's crazy. Right. She's great. Earl and Fran talk about the marriage license. Then they gotta go down to renew it. So they gotta go down to the marriage license place. But Earl's like, I know exactly where the license is because Fran can't find it. This is funny. Very relatable thing in my life. Where's the birth certificate? Where is this or that? The biggest fight in my house ever is where's the paper that you are supposed to handle? And I don't know where it is. So he goes, let me go to this sacred shelf of documents to find it, because that's where everything is, which made me laugh because I have a sacred
do too.
drawer of documents. And the thing I need is never in there, or I can never find it. So he looks there, he can't find it, but it turns out he used the marriage license to prop up the leg of the TV, which is a funny bit because at the time when he discovers this, he's talking about how important the marriage license is and so important, you kids, come on. And she's like, Ren's like, you prop the TV up with it. What the hell? Very funny. And they find out the license is expired, of course. So they have to go down to the marriage license office to renew it. And Earl has to go through this they have this test, which is very, very funny, is to pick Fran out of a lineup first, and he can't do it. He's like, 4 is definitely not it.
Right.
It's Fran, of course. So he blows that, and then they're like, okay, fine, we're gonna do some questions. You guys
this got me real good.
It's so good. And then he's like, Earl's like, so like a game show, right? And the guy's like, no, we take this very seriously. Cut to game show. Immediately cut to the game show. And Earl gets 20 questions wrong, and some of these answers are fucking hilarious.
What was the last one? I can't remember. The one where she said like our anniversary or something like that?
I missed that one. So
her answer was the birth of our children.
The birth of our children.
Okay.
And I think his answer was hot dog or something.
Yeah, it was like chicken fingers or something.
It was the best. What's the best thing to ever happen to you? And Fran's answer is the birth of our first child. Earl's answer is pudding snacks. Best thing that ever happened to you, pudding snacks. The funny one was Fran, what special thing did Fran wear on her wedding day? And she says like a dress that her mother had or something, and Earl says deodorant. It's also very funny. So he gets all 20 questions wrong, and I think there's some other ones in there. So now they're not married anymore. They can't renew the license, so Earl has forced to move out. And they couldn't just date again and then try again. I don't know. Forced to move out. He's going to go live with Roy, his friend. And then a very funny part where the mother-in-law, Ethel, who we haven't talked about yet, is a very funny character on the show. She comes flying in on her wheelchair thing and is having a party and singing, "My daughter's free of this fat boy." That's what she's saying. So Roy tries to cheer up Earl and says, like, look, it's not that hard to pick up girls. Here's how you can do it. And Earl's like, I don't fucking care. Like, I just want to be married to Fran. And Roy's like, no, let me demonstrate. I'll pick you up, which is a funny little bit. Earl's like, what? You're going to pick me up? I hope you, what does he say? I hope you treat me to dinner or something like that.
Yeah, right, goes, right.
You're a spirited filly. I thought was hilarious, like a 1950s, you're a spirited filly. So Roy says, like, look, you got to listen. That's the most important thing when you're picking up chicks. And Earl says, I don't want to listen. All they talk about is boring shit. All I want to talk about is wrestling. They never talk about that. So that was like, oh, shit.
See?
Maybe it was wrestling at the beginning. Because Earl's gone, the house has gone to complete shit. No father figure. So Robbie's riding a motorcycle being all crazy. And Charlene has all these sailor boys looking for her because there's no man in the house.
She's wearing a Madonna bra.
Yeah, which is another funny little bit. And then just a little throw in here, which made me laugh. When Baby just yells out of nowhere, "Buy me a dress!" I laughed at very this is hilarious. What a great set of jokes.
I just love 2 hours into them not being married.
Everything
just falls apart.
Yeah. Because there's no father figure. Everything
Earl was the glue of that family.
He stopped anything from happening ever. As we'll see later, he doesn't. We're at the Meteor Tiki Lounge. Earl and Roy are there to pick up girls. And Earl is not into it, but Fran and Monica walk in because Fran gets a TV dinner. And the TV, all the food they eat are alive, animals that are alive, and talk to them. And then this one was single stay-at-home dinner or something like that. And the food is you need a me night or something like that. This is hilarious. The food talking to them. So they go to...
We talk about how the beginning song is very Muppety. Anytime you see the food, it's very Muppety. The food has that
like Rizzo. It reminded me of Rizzo a little bit.
Right.
It's they cut to we go to the Meteor Tiki Lounge. They all get together. Earl pretends they're on their first date, him and Fran, and he's like, let's get out of here. I don't like this place. Let's go have a romantic dinner. So it just shows them in having a one-on-one dinner, and it's going well, and then the lights come up and they're at the marriage license place again. And they're having the quiz again. And Earl fails again on the quiz, and the guy's like, "Sorry, you're 3 points short." And Earl's like, "All right, this is bullshit. Why do I have to remember all these facts? I love this woman, obviously. Isn't that enough?" And the guy's like, "Let me check my clipboard here." And he looks through and he's like, "Actually, love gets you 5 more points. So yeah, you're good." This is great.
Pushes you over the edge.
Perfect. You win. So we're back at home, and Fran is like, "Ooh, I think we should pretend like it's Thursday now that we've renewed our marriage license." And Earl goes, "Oh, great, spaghetti night." And that's how the episode ends. So not sex, not dino sex, spaghetti.
Not dino sex, spaghetti.
Do you think they have sex in spaghetti?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
That's a dino fetish.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I thought this was a pretty good episode.
Wow. Okay. What are you taking points off for?
I still like the other one better. I don't know. It's it's a little cliche, I guess. This
I suppose.
The things I liked about this episode were not the actual plot. I liked the execution of the plot.
Mm-hmm.
I think the lineup and the quiz show.
Yeah.
And that's a form of bureaucracy. You have to go down to the DMV and take a love quiz show.
Right.
I thought that was unbelievably hysterical, and I thought every joke in there was perfect.
Yeah.
But my husband doesn't respect me plot line.
We've seen that a lot.
It's just a sitcom plot line. It's every sitcom ever. So the execution was good. I thought the plot was pretty shit.
I feel like Fran, and I texted you guys this, I had trouble finding a Fran episode. This was much more Fran Earl than just Fran. Right. There do exist Fran episodes, but she is, unfortunately, out of the 5 main characters, the least fleshed out of all of them. She's very one-dimensional, nagging at certain points, once again, that kind of classic sitcom mom who's just there to protect the family and just make sure everybody stays in line. Plays a straight man basically for all the rest of the family's zaniness. So it's unfortunate, but this was the best one I could find out of all of that, and a lot of that was because Earl is funny. But I did think it did show her, kind of we talked about it earlier about how liberal leaning I guess the show goes, where they're talking about women's lib and women's rights at a time when in an environment that was very 50s closed minded, at least for the atmosphere of the show. So I loved it. Like I said, really cracked me up. The game show was very funny. The pudding snacks, I can't believe I forgot that because that had me rolling.
So good.
my daughter watches these with me, and her favorite Dinosaurs character is Ethel, the grandma. Loves Ethel, loves her. And so getting an appearance of her just singing, so happy that, her daughter's finally divorced with the fat guy. Very funny to me.
There was one little thing in there that I liked, which a lot of these shows are the guy, as we talked about, the boyfriends, the guys, the husbands are dumb. And they don't understand, which is a long-time TV trope and a big-time TGIF trope. But I like that he, at the end, was like, I don't need to know all this fucking trivia. Like, I just love this woman, obviously. Like, I was completely depressed when I got kicked out of the house and all this stuff. Like, can't I just love this woman? I don't need to know, like, what happened Thursday 20 years ago. Obviously, it was dino sex, but I don't need to know that information. Like, I just want to eat my pudding snacks and love this woman. Yeah. It's okay if I do that. I kind of like that part. Like, so it was a little bit different.
Who has more sex, Earl and Fran, or Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers?
Oh, come on.
Not even a question.
Come on.
This could be a whole show about them role-playing as dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They were in those costumes.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It's
That's
not
why
like
they're
you
all
are
so
except from the
lovable.
Gorn. Yeah.
We're never not going to get into them, so we're going to get into them later.
Right.
We're going to get into them later. Actually, it's funny because on Twitter, let me get this right. Hold on. We're on Twitter, Pod TGIF, by the way, if you want to follow us. TV show at TV show Graphs, one of our friends on there.
Yeah.
I guess followers, friends, I don't know. Put up a graph of sitcom, a bunch of TGIF people were in there, sitcom loves or whatever. And I specifically said to her or him, I don't know who it is, if it's guy or girl, saying, you got to get Carol and Frank in there.
Oh, God, yeah.
They got to be in there. I mean,
yeah.
It was rocky at times, but they were loving each other for the whole series. Anyway,
there was no Thursday night for them. It was every night.
Every night was Thursday night.
Sometimes there were 2 Thursdays.
Ooh.
When the kids were out of the house.
We're not. I'm never not gonna let it go by without talking about them. So we'll get to them in a minute. We move to the Robbie episode, season 3, episode 7, "Hungry for Love." A chance meeting leads to romance between Robbie and Wendy. So Robbie, the 15-year-old son of Earl, he's at the pet shop trying to pick up chicks. Smart, ladies love their pets.
Right.
With his buddy Spike. Spike show up a lot in the show?
Spike is there quite often. Do you know who does the voice of Spike?
No, I didn't look that up.
Christopher Maloney, the guy from Law and Order SUV. Yeah, one of his
awesome.
first things he did, actually.
What?
The soup can from
right.
I was going to say
Wet Hot American Summer.
My favorite thing he's ever done is the soup cam in Wet Hot American Summer. That's my favorite.
Loved actually.
Oh no, he wasn't the soup cam. He was the guy in the kitchen who talked to the soup can.
There is a really
wanted to hump a fridge. That was his thing, right? In Wet Hot. I'm going to go hump a fridge. Did you say hump a fridge? No.
Really quick tangent. There's something on Twitter about like what movie did you see the trailer for that looked absolutely horrible and the movie ended up being pretty good. For me, I was responding. I said Harold and Kumar. I thought that trailer looked dumb as shit, and I loved that movie. I really did think it was funny. He's in it as like the redneck truck driver who's just a lunatic, and he is hysterical in that movie. When I see him, I don't think of Law and Order. I never watched that. I think of Oz, where he played like a sadistic lunatic who ended up like falling in love with his cellmate. And it was actually like one of the more like pure and happy moments of that really horrific show.
That show was crazy fucked up.
Right. But he was like, and he was very good. He had a lot of like, you actually felt for that character. He was a disgusting scumbag. Right. And then you got to like learn a little bit more about him, and he just added a lot of, like humanity to that character. So just amazing.
He's great.
And he doesn't do a lot of like voice work, does he? Not that I know of.
I don't think so. Was he in? I want to say he was like a weird character in Children's Hospital or something like that. Maybe. Like one of those Adult Swim shows. He was on one of those. Anyway, he's great. So
he is. Yep.
Robbie at the pet store trying to pick up girls with his bro Spike as his wingman. The concept of dinosaurs having pets that are also dinosaurs is just wild. Like they're in there looking at pterodactyl, like baby pterodactyls and stuff. Like what?
Wow.
What? How does this even work? Like
that is.
Are they not
the looking glass?
Are they not sentient beings either?
Maybe
if a dinosaur is a sentient being who has like a family, is it weird to have a dinosaur also pet?
I feel like maybe it was just the flying dinosaur, because that's what it was, right? He was like a parrot, you know?
Yeah, it was a pterodactyl, I think.
Right.
We're acting as a parrot, so they're not sentient.
Right. Apparently not in this world.
Okay.
Because I can't think of another time where they were in the entire show. So There we go. We have a canon now.
Okay, there we go. We got it settled.
Yep.
Spike tries to pick up a nice lady, Wendy, who's looking at this pterodactyl, and Robbie comes in for the ultimate squash by a wingman, where your partner fails at a pickup line, and you come in and are like, he's a weird sleazeball, right? So why don't you talk to me? And it works. And Wendy's into Robbie, and he's like, I want to take you out on a date. And then cut to their date, which is Robbie has to babysit baby. And they're back at the house. And Wendy's actually into it. She's like, you know what? I like a guy who is a family man and whatever, has to take care of his brother. And Robbie's like, I'm going to fucking kill you if you ruin this for me. To baby. And baby's just egging it on. Baby loves it. Like, when are you going to get married? All that kind of stuff. Pissing Robbie off. We find out it's Wendy Ridgefield's daughter.
Oh shit!
And Earl finds this out and literally does the sitcom pass out, like, oh god, oh no. He passes out and falls on the floor when he figures it out. Ridgefield calls Earl the next day into his office or shack or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Says, like,
trailer. Yeah.
I know what's going on here. You can't hide this from me. Your son is dating my daughter. And Earl's like, how the hell did you know that? I was never going to tell you that. And he's like, I have radar for my children. And he literally turns a monitor around. And it's like a GTA over the top thing with a red dot. I was like, See, look, she's doing this right now. And I know exactly what she's up to. Like, whoa. And he says, look, I don't care if they did. All I ask is that Robbie never breaks her heart. And Earl's like, okay, great. I'll make sure that never happens. So he's going to work really hard to make sure that they never break up. Back to the house, Charlene is saying there's rumors about Wendy. You got to watch out for Wendy. They say she might be fast.
Right. I love the soap opera music that would happen in this one, the scene.
Yes. And then we see Spike again, and he says, thanks, Robbie, for you saved me on that one. And Robbie's like, why? She's great. And he says, well, she ate all of her other boyfriends. She's an eater. Mm-hmm. And Robbie's like, whoa, that's fucked up. And then he comes back home, and Charlene's like, yeah, that's the rumor I heard. She eats all her boyfriends. Like, oh, no. And she's coming over to study. Uh-oh. So Robbie and Wendy go to study alone, and Wendy wants to get Robbie alone, and he thinks she's going to try to eat me, so I got to be careful. Earl comes in to try to make sure things are going well, which is like, this episode's a little off for me. Like, and that's not my favorite one, but I love this part where Earl is the dad, like, trying to make sure things are going well and stuff. And it's so relatable. And he comes in and starts talking about something. And Robbie says, oh, perfect. Come on in. Because he wants Earl to ruin it for him. And he's like, come on in. I love to hear. I never get tired of hearing stories from your youth. Please come in. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, what teenage boy wouldn't like his father to sit in on a date?
So, of course, Earl ruins it for him, and Wendy leaves. And the next day, Wendy already called 3 times, but Robbie won't return her calls because there's a problem. He thinks she's going to eat him. Earl and Fran are talking about, like, oh, when you find a good person, blah, 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 blah. And Fran kind of realizes Earl's done nothing for his whole life. She's like, you've been a tree pusher your entire life.
And she just like wanders off, like reflecting on her life choices.
Yeah. Oops, I made a mistake. When I met you, you were a tree pusher, and you haven't evolved at all. But he does in season 4. He gets that promotion. Robbie doesn't want to date Wendy anymore, and Earl's like, look, you're gonna fuck up my job. So what you need to do is go and apologize to Mr. Ridgefield and tell him it's your fault that you're not dating anymore. It has nothing to do with me. I tried my best. So Robbie's like, fine, I'll go. he goes and he explains to Mr. Richfield, look, it's I'm sorry, it's not my dad's fault, blah blah blah. And Mr. Richfield's like, what does he say? Like, what wine should I pair?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, well, what did you last eat? Chicken or beef or something? Like, the Pinot Noir.
Yeah. This is hilarious. He doesn't care about the apology. He's just getting ready to eat Robbie.
He's got like a plate out. He's got like utensils and like the napkin.
So we find out Richfield's been eating all the boyfriends. Wendy hasn't done it. Richfield does it. He eats all the boyfriends. This is super fucked up.
This is a crazy twist.
What a fuck up. What a fucking crazy thing. Earl shows up and he's supposed to save Robbie from this, but he like is so afraid of Richfield. He comes in, he's like, oh, everything good? Okay, never mind. He leaves. Leaves his son to be eaten. And then Wendy comes in and she actually saves Robbie. It's like, don't eat him. And Robbie's like, oh, cool, you don't eat people. Okay, I like you. And
like to Richfield in the entire series is so like abrasive and loud and angry, but when his daughter shows up, it's like the flip, because there are people that are like that. I know people who are like very gruff until their kids are around, and then it's like, oh, what's up, Schnook Poos? How are you? It's so cute. Oh, like, and that's exactly like what Richfield turns into when his daughter shows up.
And he does whatever. Like he never does anything that anyone says in the show. I assume on the episodes we've seen.
Nope.
He runs the show, but when she comes in, he's like, oh, okay, whatever you want. I guess I won't eat him.
Buckles immediately to his daughter. Yeah.
Right. So she saves Robbie, and then Spike shows up and tries to ruin their kiss, but they eventually kick him out, and they have their kiss, and that's the end of the episode. This wasn't my favorite, but that moment of Earl coming in was good. Does Wendy show up more, or is this a one-off kind of deal?
I think this is a one-off. You know, Spike is there quite a bit. Actually, there's the other one I was thinking about with Robbie is where Robbie he starts using steroids, and Spike is there to like kind of weed him off. That's very good too.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Like if Eddie got addicted to crack and it was up to Waldo to save him.
Like, oh my God! We talked about writing our own episodes. There you go, right there. You've got your premise for Family Matters.
I just want 5 episodes that Greg wrote. I mean, forget about the rest of us or you and me.
I know.
Ryan.
Every time he says one, like, you have missed your calling. You need to write TV. You need to write some weird '90s TV. You should have written for Boy Meets World. Fuck.
Well, I got some stories to tell, baby.
Okay, maybe we don't write any episodes. That puts a lot of pressure off me. Greg, you write 5 television episodes. God damn it.
Go.
You have 1 month. If you don't, I'm going to eat your children. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this one was probably at the bottom for me, but still had some funny moments.
A relatively weak episode.
Yeah, there's not a lot on the bone there, if you will.
So... This episode was great, and you guys are idiots.
I
said, every episode is fantastic. No, but you're right. This one definitely, out of the ones we watched, probably toward the bottom. You know, Robbie's an interesting character because he's always every time you get him, he's almost always going against Earl, which is like that whole, like, you know, I don't want to do what my dad tells me to do.
Right.
I want to be different. He's very progressive thinking. Earl's not. So I like that dichotomy that always shows up between those two. I think this one showed it a little bit, but I think later on there are other episodes that kind of show that a little more.
They definitely can have a funny dynamic, but I don't know if they... Yeah, it was that one moment was good, but I don't know if there was enough Earl. Is Earl? I guess maybe that's the later question. I'll just drop it now. Is Earl not in this episode enough? I think that might be the problem. It's too much Robbie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Earl is the main character, no matter what anybody says. And actually, a lot of fans of Dinosaurs will say the baby is, which is ridiculous because Earl 100% is the main focus of this show.
It's got to be Earl. Yeah.
Well,
baby comes in for like a little thing here and there.
Yeah.
The baby was this show's Urkel.
Yes, right, so, exactly, yes.
You know, Urkel wasn't the main character of Family Matters. He was just the memorable one.
Right.
I think the baby is exactly the same thing.
That's a great comparison. Yep.
And Earl is kind of like Carl Winslow a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
They kind of share that same.
Almost
they're basically the same. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because even Carl, we've talked about him, how he goes off on these things where he digs himself into a big hole and has to dig his way out in the episode, and that's kind of what Earl's done.
Right.
Well, the reason I like Carl and Earl is because both of them at this point in my life are very relatable as dads. So,
Right.
like, I totally understand some of the situations they're in.
Yeah,
You're right.
As a dad, you get yourself into trouble a lot.
Oh, yeah.
With everybody in your house.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to Charlene. Season 1, Episode 9, Charlene's Tale. Charlene is upset to be one of the last girls in his class to shed her tail. Which the story of this is basically boobs. Boobs equals tail. Tail equals boobs. We kick it off with a fun thing of baby watching TV with everybody. Good Morning Pangea, which I love these TV parodies. And the weather guy comes on. I forget what he had a funny name, but he comes on and he talks about volcanoes erupting. And he's like, there's volcanoes erupting all over because it's Pangea. And he's like, if your friends live in this area where this volcano is about to erupt, kiss them goodbye. They're all going to die. Back to you, Claire. Or whatever. Like,
Very funny.
very
joke.
nonchalantly, like, everyone's going to die here. Bye.
And the hosts are like, well, that's unfortunate. Anyway.
The show is incredibly morbid.
Oh, my God. So many death things going on in the background.
Weren't the TV people going to interview Godzilla? Or is that a different episode?
No,
was that
yes.
That was this one, I think.
Yeah.
He said
Right.
Godzilla's new movie's coming out, and then like the screen shakes, and like, oh, buddy's in studio now. Earl's very into getting Baby to. A lot of the stuff is Earl trying to get love from Baby, and he is here. He wants Baby to say "daddy," just the word "daddy," and he just gets "not the mama" all the time, which is the Urkel-like catchphrase.
Yep.
Did I do that? Charlene comes in and is very dramatic, so she's never going to leave the house again. And because she has no tail and everybody else has a tail, and her and Robbie get in the, like older kid kind of fight where they make fun of each other. And Ethel comes in. This is a great Ethel.
Oh, she is
performance.
really good in this one. Yeah.
She comes in and she says, either way, when you're old, your tail's going to look like this. And she pulls out the sag tail. Yeah. And everyone's like, put that away, Grandma. Like, Grandma just flashed her boobs.
Right. And she does it, though. She, like, waves it a little bit after they tell her to put it
so
away.
Gross. Like, your tail's going to look like this. It's a sag tail.
Yeah.
So gross. And then Fran is like, look, all guys don't care about tails. They care about brains. And then the commercial that comes on the TV is like, you like sports? Get the sports tail issue, which is like the sports illustrated bikini issue.
Yeah.
All you care about is this. You wait all year for this edition of the magazine to come out.
And then Ethel's like, that's fake. There's no way a tail looks like that.
Yeah, right. Fake tails.
Yeah.
Very funny. Earl's like, why do you even care about this? You're not old enough. What are you? You're either 7 or 12. You can't pinpoint her age. Like, I don't know how old you are yet, but you're not old enough. Earl's at work and he's eating lunch, and Roy keeps talking about how Charlene's grown up, and Earl is like involuntarily just reaching over and punching Roy in the face. Like, stop talking about my daughter. And he doesn't even realize it. And Roy's like, why do you keep punching me? It's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, it seems like every time I bring up Charlene, you punch me, and he punches him again, of course. Earl opens his lunchbox and his food is in love with each other. Which was a funny little bit. Like, get away! Like, shut it! We're in the middle of something. Don't eat us.
Yeah.
So the food is very funny on this show.
Yes. Yep. There's a whole episode where they come out of the fridge and kidnap the family. So
wait, there's a whole episode
of the food who come out of the fridge and stage a mutiny. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Fantastic. So that happens at lunch, and then Earl's back at home, and I love this. The Dinosaur family, they're watching Dinosaur TGIF.
Yeah. Yes, that is great. Yeah, yeah.
Very funny.
So good.
Yes.
And the show is a show about, it's called Way Too Complicated. And it's a show where a dinosaur falls in love with a ghost. And they have to, all their kids, it's like basically the Brady Bunch. Like, all the kids have to come together, but it's a dinosaur and a ghost. And it's so fucking funny. So good.
Yeah, and then at the end they're like, and then things get really out of hand when Grandma moves in.
Yeah, right. Just literally in Dinosaurs, Grandma lives there.
Yeah, right.
So funny. And it happened in Family Matters. Oh my God, it's so good. I put in. This is gonna be hard. I put this in here. Maybe we won't do it, but can we fantasy book some dinosaur TGIF right now? I don't know if we can.
Yeah, I don't know.
They did such a good job with this parody of like Dinosaur marries a ghost, which I feel like would definitely be a TGIF show.
I definitely watch that.
God damn it!
Absolutely, that would get at least 5 seasons.
We talked
again. At some point, we talk about a show where a kid eats a sandwich and becomes an angel.
Dies and becomes an angel. Yeah.
Oh,
which I think Michael Jacobs worked on. Oh my God.
He like wrote this joke and just like looked up.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
This is a funny parody though on the fact that almost all of these shows have weird sprawl. In gaming, we call it power creep. Like, but Full House starts out with the 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then Kimmy comes along, and then Aunt Becky, and then the twins, and then Comet, and then
Steve, and then
and then it's just like more and more and more, and by the end there's like 50 characters. Same with Boy Meets World. Everybody gets a girlfriend, and then all the girlfriends get new boyfriends, and then they all get girlfriends.
Right.
So it is funny. This is too complicated. It's really a lot of these shows.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, who the fuck is Jack? Well, Jack is his brother.
Jack is Sean's long lost brother.
Brother, remember?
He wasn't in the beginning.
Well, then who's the
that girl?
Well, that was Jack's girlfriend, and now it's Sean's girlfriend, and they're in love, and they go ice skating. What's hard to follow along here?
Now they're in college. Don't worry, Feeney's with them. Feeney's there.
Right, Feeney's there. Feeney's there.
College.
Yeah.
Can I tell you one thing before we move on about Feeney? I have looked at the Feeney's on what is that called? Cameo. Feeney's on Cameo.
Oh yeah,
Feeney's on Cameo, and I've looked at it.
Oh my God,
he's charging a big number though. I'm like, I cannot do this, Feeney. Bill, whatever his name is.
How many?
Too much.
Number 500.
I think it's like $75. It's like way too much.
75. Oh my God, Ryan, you do not know how I spend my money.
Seriously,
$75.
It's a lot
every second.
Listen, I got the only cameo I've done was Nick Gage, wrestler, and it was $25, and it was awesome. Hey, Greg, it was the best 2 minutes.
I paid $50 to get the third guy from LFO to tell Ty he had Hep C.
Just off the air or on the air?
No, off the air.
Off the air. What do you mean?
Wait, hold up. Greg, does Ryan know about our story for trying to get
I've told you about Vampiro, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this is when we had this conversation.
Yeah,
because I said,
so
how
I
much
got buffed to do it.
Is Vampiro on Cameo? Because I fucking love Vampiro.
Yes.
I know this is a wrestling tangent, but by God, I love that guy and how crazy he is. And I was like, I need to get him on here saying some weird ass shit. And then you replied saying, don't, because he's a fucking weirdo and he's going to try to fuck with you. And he won't say stuff. And I'm like, damn it. Because all I want him to do is say Viagra Vampiro and like make drones.
He might do that.
Like, come on.
He wouldn't make fun of the fact that Ty has hepatitis C. Even though I told him that, like, it's a joke. He doesn't actually have Hep C.
Yeah,
come
on.
No, I'm not doing that. Like I've said before, Buff totally fine doing it.
No problem.
No problem at
Buff
all.
probably has MC.
Yeah.
And then I also got one of the members of the boy band LFO to do the same. Literally every year for probably a decade now, I've gotten Ty an LFO related Christmas present.
Why? Is there
because it's hysterical,
right?
Just because?
Yeah, this year actually
he has no connection to L. What about any other boy bands?
So many years ago, a previous podcast we did something called Sad Christmas, where we got dressed.
I'm already in.
we got sweaters and Santa hats, and we just took group photos of the whole gang being sad around Christmas.
Oh my God.
And the second year we did it, we escalated where we got each other sad presents. And one of the people on the podcast got someone else an empty box, which was just he wrapped the empty box which is great.
No.
But I had gotten Ty 10 copies of the LFO single to Summer Girl.
Just the single.
Just a single.
Not even the whole album. Jesus.
Just the single.
Nice.
10 of them.
Yeah.
The abuse this man has gone through that you've only documented on this show is quite a bit.
Yeah.
We
So
put him through
every
a
year
lot.
since then, I've gotten him an LFO related thing. I got him like signed photos or records or posters or whatever. And then last year, I actually got him an LFO cameo.
Yeah.
Which was just wonderful. I
He
had actually told the guy that Ty had been cured of Hep C, which I don't even think is possible.
Oh my God.
And he went on about.
Oh my God. Did he ever?
He was like, Jesus has blessed you, and
What?
oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and then,
no,
and then at
it
the
goes
end, he started
That is
pimping
so
his
good.
new tour.
This is the best. That's exactly what I want. Like, if I were to script what I would want him to say. That's
Oh my God. I can't remember. Did he see that one first and then Buff Bagwell?
No,
or
we
was
showed
it
him Buff first.
Buff first? Yeah, right.
I mean, we live in a world where you can like write anything, and the Undertaker will fucking say. If you pay enough, he would say anything. He would say anything.
He's
like,
catching up on
listen up,
30 years.
Carol and Frank. You go ahead and you get your board costumes. You go ahead and you fuck all night. I'm the undead nightmare.
That'll be $500.
How much more are you gonna give me? I'll go on. I'll describe it word for word. If you
Greg
want.
just like, keep it going.
Yep.
Come on.
Don't stop. Here we go.
He'll say anything. He'll say fucking anything.
Oh, yeah.
So Earl, back to Dinosaurs. Earl is super cool with whatever Robbie does. He can sow his oats. He can do whatever. He literally says sow his oats.
Yep.
But Charlene is a baby who can't do anything. And he brings in the mail. And Charlene has this big tail-shaped looking thing, and she brings it upstairs. Comes down with a fake tail, and everyone is super weirded out that she has a fake tail. Like, whoa, what'd you do? She's like, it grew in. They're like, no, that's weird. You have a fake tail. And Fran tries to calm down Charlene. This is great. Best moment of the episode. Fran tries to calm Charlene down. It's like, look, I was also the last dinosaur to get my tail. And, like, it's not a big deal. Everything's going to work out. Look at your father. And she's like, oh, okay. I don't feel good about that. And she's like, I'm good. I got married. It's fine. And then Ethel comes in. And she's like, that's not what happened. You try to jump off the roof of the house. And she's like, stop it, Mom, stop. It's like, actually, she fell through the roof and landed on your Grandpa Louie while he was smoking his pipe. He never found that pipe. But he walked funny after that for a long time.
Grandpa Louie shows up in a flashback.
Oh, great.
And he's awesome. He's tremendous. Voiced by Buddy Hackett, of all people.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Grandpa Louie was trying to smoke a pipe, and it got shoved up his ass when this happened, and walked funny for the rest of his life. Like, what a ridiculous thing to happen. Charlene, the next day she comes down, and her tail has grown in. This was very quick, like a sudden thing. Like, oh, actually, my tail is here. And Earl freaks the fuck out because she's working on her walk with her tail.
Yeah.
She can't do it. She's like lost the ability to walk. She doesn't have the balance, and she keeps destroying the baby. She keeps smashing the baby with her tail and knocking him across the room, which is funny. And then she says, "Should I drag or should I swing?" And she's already got a date. Everything's already like very fast forwarded.
Yep.
And the date, Maurice comes in, and he's funny, kind of very generic date guy. And Earl is like, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay here, eat ribs, and play board games, and I can watch over you.
Which, I'll be honest, that sounds kind of fun. Like, I mean,
Good move.
and play Clue with Greg. It'll be great.
Now that's a throwback.
Let's play Risk. You'll never leave.
Yeah, right. And you'll hate, all three of us will hate each other at the end.
So Fran is like, oh, okay, great. Go order the wings and get the board games. So Earl's like, perfect. She actually agreed with me. But she actually outsmarted him because she just turns and tells the kids, get out of here now before he comes back. And he's so pissed off when he comes back he's so excited, and then he comes back with all these board games and they're not there, and he gets so pissed. He's like, God damn it, you betrayed me. And the board games are funny. I didn't catch them all, but I saw two of them. Tar Pit Toss and Eat or Be Eaten were the two that I saw. I don't know. There were some other ones. So he's pissed off and he's eating ribs in the next scene, and he's playing board games by himself or with Fran. I'm not totally sure.
They were definitely by himself.
And then he goes into the kitchen for more food, and he pulls out the food, and this piece of food, whatever it is like giving him sass, like, you're not gonna eat me, come on. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll put you back. And he's like, don't put me in the vegetable drawer.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't put. He gives me good night.
Yeah.
So the moment of the episode, like, we always go back to the heart moment, and Earl says he's actually afraid of being a dad for teenagers, and that's why he's acting so weird. And Charlene comes right back and says she was dumped already. That was quick. Yeah. Maurice dumped her for another girl with a bigger tail. And Earl is like, great, that sounds like a problem for your mother. I'm out of here.
Once again, relatable.
I am not doing this.
Yep.
And Fran is like, sorry, I'm going to bed, and leaves Earl to deal with it.
Yeah, power move by Fran.
Yeah. He basically goes for the, look, I don't care. Whatever happens, I'll always protect you, or something like that. And it's a nice little moment as it ends. So that was the Charlene episode. Mm-hmm. Funny concept that I would never have gotten as a child.
Yeah.
No, never.
I remember I had this one on VHS. I remember taping this one when it aired. So I remember seeing this one a lot of times, and I never got it. I look back on it now. I'm like, oh, it's a metaphor for her, for breasts. At the time, it flew completely over my head.
Yep.
But what does a young person think this is about? Like, to me, this doesn't work on two levels. It only works on one level.
Right.
And one that doesn't resonate with kids. Am I incorrect here?
To me, when I was watching it, it was just like, okay, well, she's growing up. That's all I got. I didn't really think anything beyond that. Like, oh, she's older now. Okay, so that means she's dating. And that's, when you were a kid, you just reached a certain age and you just started dating everybody. That's how it works,
I didn't love this episode. And I think the tail analogy is a poor analogy, because they all have tails. Right? And even she had a tail before then, didn't she? Did I just not notice
it's like a bump instead of a full tail.
Oh.
Yeah, right. It was a little bit of a bump.
Does Robbie have a tail?
Yeah.
So his tits are pretty good too, huh?
Earl's got a tail too.
Yeah.
Oh boy. The dinosaur sexual experience. We have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that I guess you could just put it as puberty, because like everybody goes through puberty, so they all have a tail, whatever.
Right.
But if it's an actual like breast analogy, I think it kind of fails.
It definitely, like, there's a fine line between doing a show that both children and adults will get the jokes and it will be enjoyed by both for different reasons, and this did not do that, for sure.
I think that is, if you want to throw criticism at the Dinosaurs show, is they did market themselves to two very distinct audiences. Yeah. And obviously one episode is likely not going to hit both audiences. So sometimes you have more like kid-friendly ones. Sometimes you have more, I think toward the end, it started getting a lot more adult-oriented, than catering to kids.
Are we ready for the baby? The baby episode, season 2, episode 4, switched at birth. Much to Earl's joy, an egg mix-up means the baby belongs to someone else. Which is funny, because he's in a lot of these episodes we watch, he's trying to win the love of the baby.
Right.
But apparently he secretly hates him and wants to get rid of him, which is funny.
Fatherhood, no.
Yeah. It's borderline. Borderline relatable. The baby episode. Robbie is watching DTV. We've seen this before. Yep. Dinosaur music television, I guess, technically. And like Macho Idiot Rock hours on, which I thought was good. And the band was Leonard Skizzard.
Yeah,
what it was.
Right.
And baby blurts out, beer, cigarettes, chicks. And Earl's like, I got to spoil baby for his birthday. Maybe he'll eventually love me back. So he got him a baseball bat. And of course, that doesn't work because baby blasts Earl in the face with the baseball bat, which is a bunch of jokes, which we haven't really seen in these episodes, which is fun, I guess, to not see that every single episode. But he blasts him with a baseball bat, and then they're kind of, the family's reminiscing about baby, who's a year old, I guess, technically.
Right. Yep.
And they bring in the nest for the egg and say, look, it's baby's nest. And they flip it over and realize it's not baby's nest. It's the couple that was next to them in Lamaze class, which I've been to one of these Lamaze classes, and fucking hell, what a brutal experience.
Even in the show, though, they make fun of it.
Yeah, which I enjoyed.
Like, this does nothing.
I enjoyed, like, this is money wasted, and you can't get a refund. And Earl's like, what am I doing here? I don't do any. There's no reason for me to be here. You'll never use any of this, and yeah, it's literally what it is. Like, it does not work. It is not a thing that matters. Shit just goes to hell, and when babies are born, and you just fucking hang on for the ride. That's all it is. You literally just hang on for a ride and wait for it to be over. The eggs may have gotten switched, though. And the Sinclairs maybe had received the wrong baby. They call over the molehills, which is the other couple, call over the molehills to try to sort this out. And Gus Molehill comes in. And Gus Molehill is played by Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. And he is great.
That's
and he is
perfect.
basically doing a baby impression.
Oh, God. Just the minute that door opens, just nothing but nonstop energy from that character.
What a great actor. Jason
I love Jason
Tremendous.
Alexander.
God,
I'm
so
actually
talented.
rewatching Seinfeld right now, and
oh yeah,
boy, is he good.
God damn, is he funny.
He's amazing just because not only can he do obviously as an actor, but he's also a singer, which a lot of people don't know about him.
I didn't know that.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, he's a singer. He does stuff on, like, he does Broadway shows, musicals. He's very heavily involved in that scene too.
What's your favorite Seinfeld episode?
Oof.
God, there's
or a couple of them.
Boy, yeah.
Actually, the one where they play Risk always gets me. The one where they're Kramer and they're playing Risk on the subway.
Yes.
That one always is funny. I mean, mine are very Kramer centric. I love the one where he had Novocaine and he and he had the leg and he kept limping around and people thought he was special needs. That was very funny to me.
I don't know if I could pick an episode, but I will tell you the series of jokes that sticks out of my brain the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is when he can't remember his previous girlfriend's name, but he knows it rhymes with a female part.
Yeah.
And very specifically, I think about when he comes up with Mulva.
Yeah, right.
And that really works for me.
Yeah.
I really like the episodes of Seinfeld where there's they're stuck somewhere or whatever. I love the parking garage one.
Yeah.
They're stuck in the parking garage in the mall. The Chinese
Chinese restaurant. Yeah, that was a great one. They can't
get out for the movie. There's one where Kramer's living in the shower. That's one of my favorites. Or he puts a garbage disposal in the shower.
Right.
Oh my god, that was fucking funny.
What was the one where Kramer got the TV set? It was the old talk show.
Oh yeah, I love that one too. It's like the
what was the show? I can't remember what the show was. It was
like Johnny Carson or something.
Yeah, it wasn't that, but it was.
And actually, I'm going to tell you one more very specific joke I think about all the time is when Kramer's phone number is one off of movie phone.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Very specifically when he says, "Why don't you just tell me what movie you want to see?" That's every phone call I have with someone. They're like, I have a question. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys sell games? Why don't you just tell me what you want?
Oh man. All right. So Jason Alexander in this episode doing a great job. He's being baby, basically doing all the baby stuff.
Right. All the mannerisms, all the same lines.
Yeah, everything's all the lines are the same. New baby comes in. They bring in their baby who's green, who looks like the rest of the dinosaurs. And he's very nice at this point. He's just like, what's his name? Aubrey?
Yeah.
New baby Aubrey is like super cool with Earl. Earl's loving it. Like, oh, cool, a baby that actually likes me. And they like, okay, something's up here because Gus and Baby are the same. So something's weird and the colors are fucked up. So let's go to Absolute Proof Labs to find out who exactly is who. And they go there and test the babies by electrocuting them. Another fucked up thing. They electrocute the babies to figure out who's who. And the lab results come back and they say, yeah, you're right. The babies are switched. You got the wrong babies. So the Sinclairs get green baby Aubrey, and the Molehills get baby Sinclair. And baby Aubrey comes in, and we think baby Aubrey's super cool, and it turns out he's got a lot of problems. He's got allergies. He's got some serious problems and
scared of
everything.
everything.
A little attacked by this one. I literally have my inhaler right next to
it. It's not nice. It's not nice. This poor baby has a lot of problems, and they're like, ugh, allergies. Fuck you, baby.
Like, I'm deathly allergic to almost half the fruits and vegetables on this planet. So this definitely was not a joke I enjoyed.
Yeah, so the Sinclairs don't like Aubrey.
They turn on him pretty quickly, other than Earl.
Turn on very quickly. Yeah. Fran is depressed because she gave up her baby.
Yeah.
And Earl's like, it's baby's birthday. Bring a cake. Let's get a cake. You love cake? And Fran's like, give me the knife. It's just, the funniest line Fran says in all 5 of these episodes, but also super fucked up because she's trying to kill herself. So everybody's fighting, and Fran and Earl are on the opposite side. So Gus wants to keep baby, but Gus's wife is like, this baby's fucked up. No, I don't want this baby. I want my weird Aubrey back. And so they're on opposite sides, and they decide, we need to settle this like adults. And Earl says, oh, great. You want to use weapons or litigation? Which I laughed at quite a bit.
Yeah.
And was it Robbie that suggests this? I think it was Robbie.
I believe so.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Robbie suggests, well, why don't you use, what is it? The Great Solomon the Great. Why don't you use Solomon the Great? He's the guy that fixes everything. Just go to him and he'll tell you what to do. Like, oh, okay, let's go to Solomon the Great and he'll figure it out. I was thinking this was going to be like a Judge Judy kind of situation or whatever, but we get to Solomon the Great, and he's a hooded dinosaur, and he's like a weird, like philosopher kind of guy, like the weird philosopher dude in all the movies. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. And he turns out to be a magician, Solomon the Great, which is awesome. And Solomon the Great is played by Michael Dorn.
Yep.
AKA Worf. From AKA Worf from Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get any further, you think Carol and Frank from Step by Step ever did some Worf costumes? You think they ever went for a Worf Deanna Troy?
Oh man.
You think they ever went Klingon? You think they were that far gone? They were a very original series, but
yeah.
There's a funny joke here that I wish I could remember. What's like the rite of passage that Worf has to go through?
Oh, where he gets shocked by all the sticks.
Right. like all the kids stand outside the bedroom
chanting.
He's just shocked
off his shirt.
Right.
You just see Mark, and he's like, "This has gone too far."
Yeah, right.
This has gone too far. I have to move out. Brandon's like, "Put me back in the basement."
I like how in our world the Gorn costume is like the vanilla sex. Like that's normal.
That's easy.
It's like when we get to the Klingon like shock stick or like the Borg sex. That's also weird.
This is like season 6 of Step by Step. That's what they have to do to get off.
At first I thought you were going to say, are they going to do like some hooded figure like Eyes Wide Shut shit? I'm like, absolutely.
Maybe.
That's
we don't know.
Eyes Wide Shut. Oh my god,
that movie.
I need to watch that again. Actually,
While we're on Tangent Town, let's go to magic. How do you, since Solomon the Great is a magician, how do you feel about magic? Because I feel like people are very polarized on magic in general. Like magic tricks, not Magic the Gathering. Magic tricks. Fuck magic.
I have way more.
We almost had another 3 hours to this podcast.
No Magic the Gathering takes. No, we're not going there.
Separate podcast.
No, we don't need to do that. You do
honestly,
that enough on a day-to-day basis, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Magic. How do you
magic,
feel?
I like it in the absolute abstract. Like, I think it's interesting, I guess. We grew up at a time where, like, there were famous magicians like David Copperfield and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Chris
David
Angel,
Blaine,
the mind freak. I feel like he doesn't count.
Fuck.
David Blaine, also not much of a magician.
Yeah, he's just
more of a
levitating.
Magician. I don't know. Like the idea of a friend of mine doing magic in his free time, not appealing.
That weirds you out?
Not weird. Just like, come on, man. Like, build something.
Mark, you got any magic takes?
It's to me like if somebody has a magic trick in front of me, it's like interesting for the 30 seconds they do the magic trick, and then I've lost it. Then I'm bored. Then I'm like, you know what?
Supposed to do. You're like,
right?
Okay, yeah, good one, man. Cool.
I'm gonna tell a story. I put this in here. I teed this up for myself. One of my favorite Halloweens ever that I had. Prior to kids, I went to a Halloween party. I love magic. Love it. Don't care. Love it.
Okay.
So I went to a Halloween party, right? So this story is how I fucked up some dude's relationship. Totally screwed this guy.
With magic.
Screwed him. So I went to a Halloween party. Having a good time, whatever. Some girl we all know, comes in with a new boyfriend, right? Comes in dressed as Indiana Jones. I'm like, okay, cool. Like this. Has a functioning whip, all this stuff. So we're having a good time. We're knocking beer cans over with this whip, of course. We're doing it.
As one is prone to do.
And then he drops this bomb that says, like, oh, yeah, I can do magic. And he has, like, a magic deck of cards. And I am like, yes. I am a magic fan. Let's go. Give me some magic tricks right now. And this girl is there with him. And she looks mortified, but I don't give a shit. I'm like, I want to see this magic.
Did she know he does magic? Did she know that she?
No, she did not know.
Okay.
She had no idea. So he starts doing magic, and it's a Halloween party. I'm drinking I'm knocking beer cans over with whips. I'm drunk. I'm like, show me all the magic. Let's go. So he's doing all this magic for just me, basically, and some other people that I know. And I'm loving it. I'm like, oh, shit, look at that. Awesome. And the girl is not having it. She's not happy. And the night ends, and it's great. I'm having a great time. I love this guy. I never see this guy again.
Oh, no.
The magic has ruined the relationship.
Oh, my God. Holy
shit. The girl literally texts us the next day like, yo, I had no idea about this magic thing. I had to break it off with him that night. I ruined this guy's whole night.
And your whole life. He could still be hanging around you doing magic.
I love the guy. He came into Indiana Jones. We're knocking over beer cans. He's doing magic for me. I could have been friends with this guy. I ruined everything because I loved his magic too much.
Ryan, in another timeline, he would have been the fourth member of this podcast.
Could have been.
Yes.
He could have
been.
The
magician. I know. He had hot takes on Earl.
We could have been doing a magic episode. I could have brought him in.
Right.
Yeah, I ruined this guy's whole relationship. He hates me now. He hates me.
That's
he absolutely hates me. But yeah,
that's what I expect. Double tangent here. I missed the days where you made best friends for a night.
Oh God, those are
so
much fun.
It literally doesn't exist anymore. But
no.
I probably have acquired 30 phone numbers in my light of just like, dude, I had such a fucking great night with you. Call me tomorrow. We're going to go hang out. Never again. It's like instant delete when you wake up. Although I will say one time I did have somebody call me the next day.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Like he and I just got hammered at a bar one night, started talking about football. He was from Canada. He's like, who should I like? I'm like, at the time, Carson Palmer was at the Bengals. I was like, the Bengals are kind of hot. No one gives a shit about them. Maybe you go with the Bengals. Hey, man, I'm thinking of going into the city to watch this Bengals game. You want to go?
No.
Whoa.
No.
We're still friends. I mean, we're still friends for sure. Yeah.
That's
You
awesome.
still friends?
Yeah.
You
I
went
don't
to
see
the
him-
city?
We did. I hung out with that kid probably every day for a year.
Oh my,
my
God.
God.
Wow. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
What a nice ending. Instead of show me magic, I've ruined your sex for the night and you're never going to see me again.
Two flip sides of the coin right
Oh,
there.
God. Somewhere that kid's like, God damn it. If only I didn't do this fucking magic.
First thing he asked me for weed.
Oh,
That's how we started talking.
As all good friendships start.
there you go. And then you said, oh, I have this whole bag from this music festival that I was given.
Maybe if I did some
Been 3
magic
years,
first.
but I don't smoke weed, so I still have it in my
God.
jacket.
I hope somewhere that guy's still doing magic, but I
Yeah.
doubt it. I doubt it. He's
There's
hiding
no
that
way.
shit. He's hiding it. Earl finally turns sides in Dinosaurs when Solomon the Great tries to cut Baby in half, and he realizes deep down he loves Baby, so stop doing that. And Solomon puts Baby back together and then makes the lab scientist appear. And he's like, hey guys, turns out the lab results were mixed up. The babies are fine. And then he disappears again. And, okay, everything's resolved by magic. The end.
Sure.
Fantastic.
That was good. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I love that. It's like wrapping it up real quick like that.
Yeah, like, we have no idea how to fix
Right,
this. Let's just make this guy appear by magic.
But I kind of like how they just drew attention to it. They're like, we don't know how to write ourselves out of this one.
Yeah.
So
We're just gonna do a crazy thing at the end.
magic.
It's the Venture Brothers classic
Right.
where this episode just ends.
Yeah, right.
It's like, but how did Doc put himself back together? Doesn't
Right.
matter. Credits.
Doesn't matter. Next episode, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like
Yeah.
the episodes never connect. The crazy shit happens. People die, and the next episode they're back.
I liked that take on the King Solomon tale where they cut the. Is it always a baby?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is that a thing?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
It's like a parable or whatever.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
I like that like fun magic, magic show take on like that old trope. I thought that was very, very funny. And I also really like the test they do. Very similar to the test that Earl has to take for the marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they
Right.
just spin him around a whole bunch and shoot him full of electricity.
Right.
It's like, yeah. Okay.
I like how like the lead scientist was on the phone too. He's like, I have one last very important call to make.
Very
All right,
funny.
their credit card cleared. All right, good. We can go release this.
It was good. It was a
Yep.
good one. All right, are we ready to rank them? I think
Oh,
we're
we sure are.
Oh yeah.
All
I
right,
think we'll be in pretty much agreement with this. I feel
I
like
think we'll be
interesting. All right,
Yeah.
number 5. Let's start with number 5. What you got?
Definitely the boob episode.
oh,
Ooh,
okay. So we don't have an agreement. I was
Never
going to say
mind.
Robbie. I'm going to put Robbie there at number 5.
I said Robbie as well.
Yeah.
All right.
said Robbie
Yeah,
as well.
Robbie would be my number 4. I mean, those are kind of interchangeable. It's just
Right. My
relatively forgettable.
Boob episode is number 4. Yeah.
Boob episode 4. I agree with
Yeah.
you, Mark.
Right.
All right, 3.
I'm going to
This
say
is tough.
I'm going to say baby episode.
Me too.
Mm.
Yep, baby switch episode. Couple
What
good
was-
jokes, but as a whole, whatever.
I went with Earl's a superhero 3. I like the jokes
All
better
right.
than Baby episode. So there you go. Baby episode 2 for me. Earl 3. Yeah, that's a toss up. Could be either way, but I like the jokes better. It's all about the jokes for me.
Yep. 2 for me is the marriage license one. That was good, and like I said, the jokes were really on point on that one, but the story was a little weak.
Me too. Exactly that. I think they had the funniest jokes by far.
Yeah.
But also the episode itself, not great. I do, however, want to call out the actual like puppetry work on the Brontodon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And that, when
Amazing.
I thought they were just going to look out the window like season
good.
1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're like, hey, look, everybody, it's Thor.
yeah.
Oh my God. We could do a whole 20 minutes on how stupid that show is.
I
Hey,
definitely
the
thought they were
Hulk
gonna
was
be
here
like-
20
yeah.
minutes ago. You missed
You
him.
just missed the Hulk?
Oh my God. He just, like, there was literally an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where it was like, Thor blew everything up. Can we clean this up? The whole episode was about cleaning the shit up that Thor blew up. Like, what the hell? Isn't there an actual comic called The Cleanup Crew?
Yes.
Yeah.
Marvel?
Yep.
Right.
About
right.
dudes who clean up the mess of superheroes. But yeah.
So I definitely thought they were going to do that, but then when that long neck dinosaur actually came in, I thought that was
good,
wicked impressive.
Yeah. Let's before we go to number one, take a second to talk about how like the facial expressions of the dinosaur, how well that's done. It is
so good,
right? Like they emote better than I've seen humans emote. Like it's just really, really well done. Like it's Monica in particular, like the eyebrow raising and then like the smirks and stuff, really amazing. No,
unbelievable.
Makes sense why they said it was one of the most expensive shows to put on.
Just to get that neck in the room.
Yeah,
it's a long neck that comes all the way into the kitchen. Like that can't be easy to do
for sure.
Yeah, and there's no it doesn't look like there's any wiring or anything you can see when the neck comes into the bar either. Too, it doesn't like she doesn't just pop in like Pee-wee's Playhouse style. She comes all the way into the house.
You think Spielberg saw this and was like, I think we got something to do here. Williams, start coming up with a song.
Yeah.
Make it sound like Dinosaurs.
On it, Chief.
Dinosaurs are big. Dinosaurs. That's all.
I love the idea of John Williams just being around all the time on call.
Yeah.
Williams, what you got?
Spielberg looks down at his phone and sees like D. Elfman. He's like, delete. No.
I don't have time for this shit.
No.
Get that oingo boingo shit out of here.
No. Okay. Yeah, the puppetry, awesome. I watched there must be a bonus feature on the DVDs that's on YouTube of like the puppeteers. And there was a dude in like a giant fat suit. I don't know what character he was playing. He's like, I'm the fat one today. It was pretty funny. This is great. I don't know what character he was. It looked like Ridgefield a little bit, but it wasn't in the shack. It wasn't in the shack though. So I don't know. But yeah, there's some funny bonus features out there. I'm sure those DVDs have some good shit on there.
Oh, it's great. Like I said, just the in-depth like story of how it all came to be was very good. And then like interviewing the actual like voice actors, just like them, I mean, just in their regular street gear, just talking about how much they enjoyed the show and they got along and they wish it lasted longer than it did. So
all right. So you guys gave me what'd you give me number 2? I already said my number 2 was Baby. So what you got for number 1?
Super Earl.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Wow. Incredible man. Impressive man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was just a good episode.
I went with the marriage license one because I thought that was
totally fine.
Yep.
But that had the funniest jokes, and I was ranking joke, and that one made me laugh the most. So that's why I put it number 1.
I'm so happy that we did this episode. I'm so happy we got to talk to you guys about it because it fills me with joy to talk about dinosaurs. It's my favorite one to talk about.
And I'm happy for you.
Thank you. And I feel like the 5 that we watched were all good at certain points. Yeah, some were better than others, but we'll get back to dinosaurs too. We'll do other themes, and I'm sure we'll hit a dinosaurs one down the line.
Yeah, for sure. We've got more to mine from dinosaurs. Now that we can actually watch it, Greg and I.
Yes. That's
right. Not on a weird YouTube link. It's very nice to be able to. It was great. I was like, I know who everyone is now. I can put closed captioning on. This is good. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I think every episode was good. Even the ones that were at the bottom had great jokes in them. And I look forward to seeing more Ethel stuff because anytime Ethel's on, like you said, she is fantastic. So,
and I think it's interesting to take that because we've seen some episodes of TGIF, other shows that are just like I think a Sabrina, where it was kind of a struggle to get through some of those.
Oh yeah.
Even like the worst Dinosaurs to me is better than any of those shows that we've seen. So I was just a lot easier to get through. Just so different compared to what other stuff was on at the same time.
There's so much. There's always something in there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It reminds me of. It's not the same, but it reminds me in this premise of 30 Rock. Like some people love 30 Rock and some people hate it, whatever. But my opinion of 30 Rock is even if there's an episode of 30 Rock I'm not into, there's always one joke in there that's like that knocks my socks off.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about The New Girl.
Really?
Like, I think that show's like fine, but every single episode there's something that there's always something roll on the floor laughing at.
Yeah, that's what like there could be a 30 Rock that I don't particularly like, but there's always one joke in there that gets just knocks me over. That's kind of what this is like. there's a lot of other. We didn't talk about Baby being Elmo, right?
No, we didn't. I was waiting for somebody to bring that one up.
Yeah, Baby and Elmo are the same, right?
Yep, same
that.
voice.
At least
he's a sex pervert, right?
he's a sex pervert, disgraced Elmo, right?
Right.
Boy.
But was that ever? I can't remember how that story ended. Did he really get like proven that he did?
I think
shit?
that one's like Kevin Spacey.
Okay,
We're not sure. I don't know.
Oh no, I thought that was a.
Were
real
we
one.
locked in? I don't know.
I know he's not.
Either. I know for a fact he's not Elmo anymore.
Right.
Yeah, he never got that job back. So
right.
He's in there. What about Earl's voice? Stuart Pankin? Is that how you say it?
He's done a shit ton of stuff, but like nothing that I've ever, not anything major where he was like the main star after this. I don't think anyway.
Yeah. He's in Striptease.
Oh, perfect.
I love that movie. That's a really fun movie.
Oh wait, no, Striptease. I never saw a Striptease. I was thinking Showgirls. I love Showgirls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a weird movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Paul Verhoeven.
This dude's still working. I don't know what movies are, but he's still working.
Right. I looked at his IMDb not that long ago, and I'm like, well, at least, he's still getting a paycheck somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Robbie's doing anything. The guy who did the voice of Robbie, I don't
No, I
think
looked him up. He does nothing.
Yeah. And then there's Sally Struthers, who does the voice of Charlene.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was she on? Was it What was Facts of Life? What was that? I don't remember. I was before my time, but she was like on a big TGIF-esque sitcom.
All in the Family.
All in the Family. There we go.
Yeah. She showed up in Gilmore Girls, too. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I like Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's right. I like Degrassi. So.
It's one of my weird things. Yeah, okay. Dinosaurs. Anything else to say about dinosaurs before we move to the next?
I think the show is totally fine.
Yeah.
It might even be better than average, but it as a whole just doesn't really work for me.
Anytime I think about, like, my number one thing is why? Jim Henson must have been on mushrooms or something and had a great night and was like, yes, I saw a vision of dinosaurs in a sitcom and that's what it's going to be. Like, how does he come up with this?
I applaud the ingenuity. I applaud the balls of doing something like this. Right. To be different. If you can't be better, be different. And it's just, it's such a great idea in terms of just setting yourself apart and putting eyes on your product. And I love that. And the talent he assembled was so good, from the puppeteers to the voice actors to the writers.
High quality stuff.
Right.
Could this show get made now? How could this show get made now?
Not in its old-fashioned-y sense. Your Earl stuff could not fly today.
But just say dinosaur puppet sitcom.
No.
How does that get made today?
The 90s were a weird time.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It would be animated now.
It would definitely be animated. Right?
Yeah.
It would be like a
Nick
Family
Kroll.
Guy kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
Nick Kroll kind of thing.
Right.
Oh,
right.
yeah. No, I could definitely see this just being a Seth MacFarlane show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Just a bunch of Bryans.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't want to go out thinking that I don't think the show is good. I do. It's just not my kind of show.
Sure.
I'm not. You put more on the list, I'm not upset about it. You put more Full House, I'm kind of mad.
I was going to say, watching more of this, totally fine.
I'd rather watch this over Full House literally any day of the week. But I want to see more Step by Step. I want to see more Boys Meets World, Perfect Stranger, so on and so forth. I'm going to watch these as they come up, and I'm totally into it, but I'm not going to watch them until I have to.
Sure.
You're not on a Saturday night just putting in the Dinosaurs episodes.
I'll watch them for you. Don't worry. I'll take whatever yours is, and I'll fill in the gap. Don't worry about it.
I live my sex life vicariously through your tweets. So.
Right. Exactly. Perfect.
Okay. That's Dinosaurs. We're going to get back to more dinosaurs as we go, of course. There's probably going to be connections here and there, and I'm glad we can all watch it again. Like Mark has the DVDs, but we can watch it, which is great. Fantastic. And we had to jump on that. So you can get on Disney Plus and watch all these, which I would encourage you to do. Go check it out.
Well, it's good for the podcast, too. It just opens up more shows for us to check out and gives us a wider range of stuff to review. So, I mean, that's great.
Yeah, it's good to have these easily accessible. And it's not in HD or anything. It's not upscaled or anything like that, but good enough where you can, it's fairly well done, where it's not like a complete disaster, like some other shows. All right, that's Dinosaurs.
Cool.
We're wrapping it up. We're good. Anything else to say? Dinosaurs could not get made now.
No.
Unless it was Seth MacFarlane, who's like a super famous dude, has like 1 million successful television shows, and just shits out these ideas like, you make that, and people do because he's super. That's the only way.
He'd have to like really go to bat for it.
Right.
He's like, this is what I want to do. I want to do puppets and dinosaurs.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, the dude's 4 for 4, right?
Yeah,
like he's successful.
He's hit everything,
if he wants to do,
right?
He does it.
Yeah,
right. I mean, he made, what is it, Norville? What's that? Orville?
The Orville,
which
yeah.
is
Orville?
a totally okay show.
Yep.
Right.
I watched a couple episodes. It's fine.
Right. I watched
that's
it.
kind of a
I think I'm
crazy.
done with this.
That's kind of a crazy premise to get on.
A little bit.
Like, I want to make my own Star Trek. Fuck it. I'm gonna make it. That's funny. Okay, go ahead. So maybe he could, but yeah. I guess Jim Henson kind of was just like a massive dude who was just like gonna get anything done at that in '91 anyway. So maybe that's the same. All right, next up. This is tricky. Next episode.
Right.
I had some thoughts. I don't know if you guys have a thought.
None. Thoughts
Okay.
are not my strong point.
We have a lot of things cooking out in the ether, but I was thinking one or two things. Since number one, since we did Dinosaurs, it's only fair that we get to another obsession. We go to a Perfect Strangers episode and just do all Perfect Strangers.
I want this very much, but
Are we ready for that, though?
Put it off for a little while.
Are we not ready for that? Okay.
Yeah, and I will start cultivating a list. I already have 2 bangers on there. But we'll
Only 2 bangers? That's it?
Right.
they're all so good. How do you
I was going to say.
The fact that he got 2 right off the top of his head.
Yeah.
At least we're down to that. The other one I wrote down was theme songs. Potentially we go into the theme song world. You got anything else? You want to go into theme songs? Are we ready for that? Or do we want to do something else?
I still want to do the one where the failed TGIF episodes. I've always thought that's a really interesting one. If we can find ways to watch them.
That's going to be the key.
Right,
that's going to be the key. We need to figure out where to watch Teen Angel or whatever that is.
Watch it on YouTube. I did recently because somebody told me it existed. I didn't believe them, and I had to go find it.
Okay.
My vote is for the first episode of one-off seasons. Because I think there are 5 shows that only got a season on TGIF.
Okay, what are we thinking here?
Or we'll have to look them up.
Okay.
But I think
so like
there's
the one-off shows,
right? Like Teen Angel.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a few of them. I feel like there was a My Sister's an Alien show.
Yeah, right.
Oh, what was the Wish You Wish or something like that? Was that one?
Yeah,
The Genie one, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
the Genie one, right.
Right.
All right, so that's what we want to do. We want to go.
basketball one, too.
Let's do something like that. Yeah, the
Right.
basketball one. We also have not done a Hanging with Mr. Cooper episode yet.
I thought that
Just
too.
throwing
Right.
that out
Yeah.
there.
Right.
That's a category of like, I don't know what that. I guess Dinosaurs sort of fits in that.
Yeah.
Shows that weren't like the top show,
Like,
but we're still
Clueless.
solid.
We could definitely do the first episode of Making the Band. With,
Oh my god,
I love how that barely qualifies. but we're
That was
counting it.
so. That
it
was
had
a
one season. It was the
Yeah,
final
right.
season.
Right.
that was an exploding brain of
Yeah.
like
So
wow.
we'll talk about this. Let's come up with some
Okay,
things. But
so
I
we're
think
gonna-
something
we're-
along these veins, like some way lesser known TGIF episode.
Okay,
I
we're
think
gonna
that'll
go.
be interesting. Right.
We're gonna go to the lesser known TGIF,
Yeah,
and we're gonna put
I
together.
think it's time.
I think so.
Okay, I like that. All right,
Cool.
so that's what we're gonna do. Less known TGIF. That doesn't include Mr. Cooper though.
No. That
No,
I
had
think
a bunch
that's
of
too
seasons.
known, right?
For
Yeah.
sure. But I would say Clueless because I think that had 2 seasons.
I love that one. We got to do the
Yeah.
sandwich one, the angel with the sandwich.
Yeah, we got to do
that
the
one.
sandwich one.
Yeah.
All right, let's. What was it? Angel. What was it called?
Angel.
Teen Angel.
Teen Angel. That's one. I'm writing these down so I can start looking them
Yeah.
up. Teen Angel.
And then the Genie one.
You
Make a
Wish.
You wish.
You Wish.
There you go.
You Wish. We need that. Clueless.
Clueless,
Clueless, I
100%.
think,
Yeah.
counts,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's one. Clueless. That's 3 shows. I don't
Making
know
the
why.
band.
No, put it in. Put it in.
That show existed for like many years after, though,
Yes,
didn't it?
but it was only on TGI. No, so so here's the deal.
It has to be a one-off TGIF kind of thing.
So there
Or
was
failed
one season
TGIF?
on TGIF where the guy who made NSYNC and 98 Degrees, that like fat gross man, he did the show,
Right.
and that show formulated the band O-Town.
Right. That was on TGIF.
That was on TGIF. A couple years later, like 2-ish years later, Puff Daddy co-opted making the band.
Right, and then he
put it
started
on
making
MTV.
Crazy.
Right.
But at that point, it was like almost a completely different show, because then they were finding like one solitary rap star, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, that band, they're like a Destiny's Child ripoff. It was like the Pussycat Dolls or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think they were a result of like previous seasons of making the band.
Okay, so making the band is making the cut here.
But in its core, it doesn't have to. We can talk about this. We don't need to decide right now.
I'm putting it in the list now.
Yeah, put it on the list, and we'll find out if we can even see it somewhere.
Yeah, right.
That's going to be the big question. Can we watch any of these?
Yeah.
And what quality? Because we watched some weird-ass dinosaur quality episodes before we got Dinosaurs on Disney+. All right, so Teen Angel, Making the Band, You Wish, Clueless.
California Dreamin', right?
Is that the basketball one?
I don't know if that's the basketball one, but it's the one with Heather Locklear on it.
Oh, let's do that one.
California Dreamin'. What was the basketball one? Was like a Saved by the Bell pairing. It was the one with Anthony Anderson, like coaching the basketball team, right?
Oh, that's fun.
Wow.
That wasn't TGIF though. That was like a Saturday morning.
Let's go with the one with Heather Locklear. I like that.
I don't know why Mr. Belvedere is not a TGIF, like hardcore TGIF thing, but it
counts.
But it was on the early version of TGIF when it wasn't called that. Yeah.
Wow.
How long did that go?
Was there for 2 years.
Yeah, that also counts.
Apparently the Hugleys was, but that doesn't sound
That was
right.
at the end. That was at the end.
Oh, crazy.
Okay, so this is a good start. So we're going to do some weird, obscure failure TGIF shows next then.
I like that because I don't really have any prejudices against them. Like, going in, I don't really know any of these things.
Are we doing, like, I guess it depends on what we find. Are we doing a first-off
Ooh,
episode?
Max Headroom.
Oh, my God.
God. Yeah.
Based on the character on MTV?
Yeah, that had one season, it looks like.
Okay, well, I'm going to start working on this and putting together.
Oh, there's a show called Baby Talk, which I assume is like a Look Who's Talking.
Right, that was the Look Who's Talking. Yeah.
Something called Billy?
Well, this could be multiple episodes, so we don't have to do them all in one.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do 5 of them, what we can find. We'll see what we can find. But all right, so the big time failure TGIF shows.
Aliens in the Family. That was the other one.
There we go.
I was talking about. Yeah.
All right. I'm writing them all down just in case.
Yeah, we'll find something. I mean, this is just Wikipedia, so you just.
And it doesn't have to be the first. Should it be the first episode or just whatever we got?
That's simpler, but it really doesn't matter.
But we also have to
pick it
work with what we got. Like, I mean, I doubt,
Yeah, I doubt we're gonna get the pilots of all these anyway. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Cool.
That is it. You can go and listen to the best part about this show. The thing I like the best about it is this shit is evergreen. You can go listen to this anytime you want. So go back and listen to the pilots episode, which I think is really, really good. Even though I fucking hate that I missed the Perfect Strangers pilot. That crushed me when I realized that, what's his name? Louis Anderson was in Perfect Strangers.
God.
Holy shit.
Wow.
I mean, the video's not available, so technically...
Do you even imagine?
We couldn't have watched it, but there were black and white photos of it.
It looked like a deep fake. My brain couldn't process what I was looking at.
It was like a 2 a.m. thing where I was just working on something else, something for the show, and I'm like, oh my God, I've made an error. I made a grave error. Louis Anderson was in Perfect Strangers, but thankfully you can't watch the episode for many reasons. All right, so go back and listen to that. We got the Christmas episode, the Thanksgiving, the Halloween, guest stars. What else did we do? Is that it? I think that's it. So, yeah, go check those out. Follow us, Pod TJF. Where can everybody find you guys?
You can find me at KillerGreg17 on Twitter. You can also catch my stream with Ty and Faith and sometimes Asa now on Tuesday afternoons. And WCWTF, idiotswithmics.com.
This is Megastar Mark. You can follow me at Megastar Mark on the tweet machines. And as Greg just mentioned, give us a follow at WCWTF Podcast. Even if you're not into wrestling, I post some of the weirdest stuff you're going to find. I'm diving into Etsy wrestling things and wonderful creations that I find on there. They're really, really good, really funny. We always appreciate every follow we get.
I love the merch thing you're doing now.
Thank you. It
is what is it? Weird WCW merch or something like that?
Yeah. WCW worst merch. It is a weird rabbit hole to go down. Let me put it that way. There's way more Etsy weirdos than I thought in my life because there's one person who just obsesses over Dean Malenko. Like that's it. That's all their stuff. It's like 50 things on their store, like crochet Dean Malenko stuff.
It's a man after my own heart.
I need that. I need to get a Dean Malenko bedding. Or whatever.
I need a Dean Malenko Bible cover.
Bible cover. Oh, Dean.
Close to God, and I want to be close to Dean.
Through a bed sheet.
Naturally.
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, it's worth it just there. Just that. Let alone everything else. And those streams are great. Faith is very funny.
Oh, I love Faith. I really do.
So go watch. I don't know who's the other guy? Asa? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Asa?
I don't know. So as it stands right now, he and I are going to be alternating on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
But he's a friend of ours from a long time ago. He's currently in Austin, Texas. So
things are going great for him. And no power and no lights.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was good to hear him again. I haven't heard him in a while.
I know.
So
I don't know him.
Oh, that's not
I haven't watched those. So I'm gonna have to go watch those. You can follow me at Nation of Conversation if you want to know about the current state of wrestling, or like we did this past week or whenever this comes out, the movie Moana, because we're on a weird.
I saw that. Yeah,
I love that.
We're talking about The Rock and doing all kinds of weird shows about The Rock. We did one which I loved, about a chapter in a book about what movies The Rock could improve or not improve. It was a whole episode about that, and that was fun.
I always wanted The Rock to play Eddie Brock.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Right, you're right.
If you want to learn about The Rock, that's the current. We get on these kicks, like we did 6 months on Hulk Hogan movies for one year. We just did all these Hulk Hogan movies. So if you want to talk about The Rock or just wrestling, you can go there and check that out. So follow us, Pod TGIF. Wait for the next episode about weird TGIF canceled shows, I guess, failed shows.
Yeah,
we'll come up with a catchy name.
We'll
come up with a better name. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're gonna workshop that. Go watch Dinosaurs on Disney Plus, and that's it.
Cool.
Damn straight.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Whatever. Peace out.
Bye.